Hey, podcast pals. It's Dana from the Half-Ass Morning Show. As always, we appreciate you checking on the podcast, and it's all brought to you by our friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. The July heat means it's officially swass and crotch soup season. Gross! It also means our AC units are being put to the test. I recently went through an issue myself, and I was so happy to have my friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning in my corner. They gave me real options, didn't make me feel like a dummy for not knowing a single thing about HVAC systems, and let me choose what worked best for my home and my budget. No pressure, just comfort my way. Enjoy the show, thanks for listening, and stay cool this summer with Standard.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93 Air.
Yeah, it's a hell of a deal. You can't make it up. And you had to be there. Welcome to the Thursday installment of the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. Damn. It is early. How's my life partner Josh doing over there?
Real good. Real good. How about you?
Doing all right. It's Thursday. You think you can push her all the way to the end?
Oh, I think so. It's been a pretty quick week. At least it's felt that way for me, so.
You need anything from me to help you along? Need a few bucks?
The answer to that is always yes, 100%. No, I don't think I need anything from you.
Well, all right. Checking in on you.
Can I help you in any way?
Yeah, I need a few bucks.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. I just suckered another guy out of a few bucks. I'd be happy to help you out.
Nice. Yeah, so we're getting it cooking here on a Thursday. How's everyone doing with their swearing?
Ooh. I don't do it too much.
Just checking in with my pals here. How's everyone doing with their swearing? Josh doesn't?
No.
Of course, obviously, we can't cut loose with all of our favorite curses here live on the radio. They'd run us out of town. But in our personal lives, let me put it this way. Has your cursing remained on a pretty consistent pace? Has it picked up at all lately? Has it declined?
It's about the same.
Mine took a nosedive since about 1987. For whatever reason, we swore all the time in 7th grade, like every other word. And I just remember policing myself going, why are we doing this? We sound ridiculous. And I didn't like how I was talking, so I just pretty much slowed it way down as much as possible.
Too much cursing you find to be overkill, ridiculous. Ashley, you said you're on about the same pace.
Yeah. Hasn't really changed too much.
Dana?
Yeah, I'd say I don't even really notice anymore when I do it. I think I've just kind of been on an even keel or even pace the whole way since I kind of started swearing.
A consistent clip. Mm-hmm. I think I'd say
How were your parents with swearing? Did they do it often? Did they allow? I mean, I know the answer for you, Nick, but did they allow you to swear at home?
And it's not like I don't think they got mad at me or anything, but I just didn't really do it in front of them until I became an adult, and then it just kind of naturally, the way I would talk to my friends, it just kind of became the way I talk to my parents, too.
Oh, I never swore in front of my parents. They would not have liked that.
Yeah, me neither. My dad had a different set of rules. My dad swore constantly and 99% out of anger. He had a different set of rules, but we certainly couldn't. Even as an adult, I don't think I ever swore in front of my dad.
Yeah, I think it wasn't that long ago, I think you said you've never, ever cursed in front of your mother. You've never heard her curse.
No, only maybe once or twice behind the wheel as a kid. She kind of can be an angry driver.
I think you also recently said, and you just made the statement, I think there was no cursing in front of the old man.
I still feel weird when I curse in front of my parents, especially if I lay it on too thick, like how I would talk, I don't know, just hanging out at the bar with my friends. Yeah, I'm like, oh, I need to dial that back. My mom doesn't need to hear me say the F word that many times.
I think I'm one of the best in town. I do. But I got started young. I was bred to cuss and swear from a very young age. Here's the reason why I bring it up. According to some recent arithmetic, 39% of Americans can't get through an average day without swearing at least once. Well, I've never tried.
Yeah, me either.
I'd like to try. I would. I think I could do it quite easily because of what we do here for a living. It's very, very easy.
I agree. For people that Like my youngest, he'll let one slip every once in a while, and I'll call him out on it, and he acts like it's the most difficult thing in the world to do.
I thought it was. I agree. I thought it was as well. And we get that question now and again from people. Is it difficult to not swear on the air? No, it's quite easy. I thought it would be difficult. I remember before my first day on the radio, I thought, balls, can I do this? Can I have a conversation without cursing? Because it's so natural to me. And within, Josh, tell me what your experience was like. Within 30 seconds, it never really entered my mind again.
Not at all.
I thought I would be constantly battling against it. I thought I would be worrying about it. So, okay, 39% of Americans can't get through an average day without swearing at least once. It's because they haven't focused. They haven't tried. It's actually quite easy if you try.
Yep.
Well, and everyone can do it. They just don't realize it. Like I'll tell my son, you in front of teachers, you never have a problem. I mean, there's certain situations you just know you're not supposed to do it. So you can maybe broaden that spectrum.
25% of folks swear every day. That would be us. Right? That would be us.
Yeah, definitely.
You gotta, even Cubby dumps at least one a day. 12%. Now, 12% of people claim they never swear.
Even when you stub your toe, come on, you've let one out.
They say they never do, 12%.
You're supposed to when you're injured. It takes away pain. We've heard those studies before. Mm-hmm. My wife is, she swears. She's the one in the family that swears constantly. And it's weird because until we got married, I never even heard her say damn. I used to comment on it. Now, she blames me, but I'm not the one that swears. She definitely throws them out all the time.
It's just life. Life has taken its toll on her.
Yeah, she's tired of marriage. I think that's a big part of it.
Raising kids. It sucks. So this report also took a look at the settings and scenarios where people think swearing is acceptable or not, and which words we find the most offensive. Now it's getting good, isn't it? Yeah. This is where it picks up. The pace picks up. The top 5 times, according to folks who were surveyed here, the top 5 times it's okay to swear are when you're alone.
Makes sense.
It's no fun when you're alone because when I curse, I look to entertain. I look to combine curse words in a way you've never heard before. Now, I don't want anyone to repeat this, but the other day I walked into the studio and I called the 3 of you by a terrible name, and I bet you that was the first time you ever heard that, haven't you?
Probably.
Oh, I've heard that.
You have?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The combination that I dumped on you.
It's yesterday? The one that ends with Lord?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, Lord. I think
Thanks for ruining my week.
Oh, I didn't mean to ruin it.
I thought I had really come up with something special.
No. Definitely heard that one before.
All right. The top 5, I'm having trouble with this. Top 5 times. I'll work on this. The top 5 times it's okay to swear are when you're alone. Josh just made a reference. When you hurt yourself. When you're hanging out with your bros, your friends. Mm-hmm. At a ball game. See, I get side-eyed nowadays when I curse at a ball game. But this is what they came up with. Those who were surveyed said it's okay to curse at a ball game.
Grab his and twist it!
Oh, Jesus.
I guess it really depends, like, what sporting event you're at. I get a lot of weird looks if I cuss too much at a baseball game.
Well, if it's a children's dance competition or something, yes. I think
what you're saying is there's a big difference between like a casual baseball game and an NFL game where everybody's drunk and rowdy and yelling.
Oh yeah, like when I go to like a Gopher game or a Vikings game, cuss words flying. I'll scream them. I don't care. But at a baseball game,
a baseball game?
It's a lot more
like
quiet
when you see the Twins or something.
Game.
Yeah, I quiet down quite a bit because I'm surrounded by families usually.
I see.
It's a little more of a different situation.
I was wondering why the sport of baseball would make such a grand difference. Yes, it is generally a little quieter. Yeah, there's friggin' kids there and a lot of. And the last spot where most folks feel it's okay to curse. Social media. Now,
I actually try not to do that too much
In print,
on
seems,
social media.
yeah, it seems like one of the worst places to do it.
Oh.
Yeah, and honestly, this is going to sound so dumb, but one of the reasons why I don't like to cuss too much on Twitter or X or whatever is because Randy Shaver follows me. And for some reason, that always goes through my head. Like, he's like a dad figure to me. Like, I don't want to just tee off on social media because I think he's going to see that and be ashamed.
Don't want to disappoint Uncle Randy.
Yeah.
You need to spend a little more time with Uncle Randy off air.
That dude, you're showing him way too much respect. Way too much respect.
It's so weird. Like, my dad and my mom follow me. That doesn't bother me. But yeah, Randy Shaver.
He's no father figure. All right, now the times it is not okay to swear. Take a guess some of the scenarios that were mentioned. A scene, a scenario, a setting where it's not okay to swear. I bet you can go ahead and nail this.
Church.
Yeah, they didn't put that on the list, but that should be number
Look,
one.
I have it right here.
Oh, yeah, it's not in the one I have.
At church. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so that includes like weddings and funerals.
They mention nothing about weddings and funerals. I see what you mean. So,
For some people, at
yes,
least.
some people get married and die, or are, what's the word I'm looking for? Some people are memorialized at a church. Yes, what other spots? Go ahead.
Well, I would say in front of strangers, if you meet somebody, you're not necessarily there yet. Certainly kids, people are going to look down on you in that.
Not cursing in front of a stranger, that's a good idea. I like that approach, Josh. That doesn't make the top 5.
And depending on the setting. If you're in a bar or something like that, that might be different. But
when if
you meet somebody's mother-in-law.
I think that's a great idea. It does not make the top 5, but you said in front of children? Mm-hmm. Yes.
In front of your boss?
Yep. In front of your damn boss. The others are kind of boring and you probably won't guess them. In front of a client at work or swearing, at an employee in a store, like cursing out the Home Depot kid because you have to wear a COVID mask or whatever. Yeah.
At is totally different. Swearing at someone or in front of someone, those are two completely different things.
They are. All right, I'll go along with a lot of this, sure. Now, this in-depth report on cursing, swearing, cussing. They took a close look at 40 different swear words to see which was the most offensive.
I don't think I could pile 40 together.
Oh, yeah, you could. If you sat down with a pen and a piece of paper, you could come up with 40 curse words.
Oh, yeah.
I know I could.
Don't limit yourself.
I bet you I could do it before the end of the break.
Well, some of them are combinations.
Oh, yeah,
like
okay.
Common combinations.
So, now be very careful here. Be smart here. But see if you can guess the most offensive curse words.
People probably say it's the C word, but I love that word.
That's number one.
Okay.
At least here.
Love using that word. Oh, it stops people in their tracks.
It
and
does.
It hurts. And I'm like, yeah.
It makes you the center of attention immediately.
That one kind of punches you in the stomach.
The C word. Ashley, she likes it.
That is reserved for the worst kind of people.
You're right. 81% of us are offended by that. So that tops the list.
My son just asked me yesterday if skank was a swear word. He heard somebody say skank, and he wasn't sure where that fell on the list.
Who in the world is throwing the word skank
I
around
saw it on
still?
TikTok or something
No,
like that.
that's, I guess, not skis. What about skis? Anyway, what else you got? You want to guess any of the other?
Well, obviously the F word.
Yes. 65% of us think that's too offensive to say out loud.
Oh, I'm guessing bitch is on there because
That surprised me. You're right.
I'm thinking that comes from men calling women that because that like I'll call my girlfriends bitch,
Everything is a bitch nowadays.
but it's different if my husband like called me.
Well, of course
But
it
you know
is,
what I
but-
mean? I think maybe that's where it comes from because I'd be like, oh, you better count your days.
Yeah, there's a difference there, but I'm surprised that Bizatch made this list of the top 5 most offensive swear words because everything is a bitch. It's totally normal now, and it wasn't 35 years ago, 40 years ago. If I wanted Josh to pass me a pen, I'd say, hey, dude, you got an extra pen over there? Pass me that bitch. Mm-hmm. It's so common. Everything is a bitch. So I didn't think we were so offended by it anymore.
I thought we had moved on, too.
All right. We got the C word, you got the F word, you got bitch.
What about the P word? I know some people really don't like that P word.
Yeah.
Really?
You could throw panties in as the P word. That's one of those words that some people just cringe big time.
Panties?
I don't like the word panties.
Really? All right, yeah, you're right. The P word. One more.
Is it a combo?
It's a combo.
Yeah, mother effer.
Oh, MF.
I love that word.
That was another fun one, too.
You like that one?
When you really just hit a good MF-er, it just feels right.
It's so true.
Just makes you feel alive sometimes.
It makes you feel alive.
It's the little things.
The least offensive swear word? Gosh.
Yeah, it's not even a swear word.
Well, yeah, I guess I don't understand why. I don't, what am I trying to say? I don't know why that was even put that way, and I should have edited myself. The least offensive, I don't know, why do they say that? Why do they even call it a swear word? Because it's not.
Yeah, the least offensive ones aren't swear words.
Yeah, so
That's why
I'll
they
just,
shouldn't be least offensive.
right. I'll just go ahead with it anyway, just for fun. They say here the least offensive swear word is gosh. Oh, maybe this is why they still call it a swear word, because shockingly, 5% of people even find that offensive. Wow. You must be just the straightest lace Bible banging sumbitch on earth if gosh, heck, or darn bother you, but there are a small percentage of people out there who don't even want to hear that out loud.
That is so strange.
It is, but there's all types of different kinds of folks out there.
I got in trouble once for saying crap.
Who was mad at you for saying
A
crap?
teacher. I didn't realize that was a bad word, and I said crap, and I got into trouble.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I had to stay in for recess.
What? You couldn't go out and show kids what a great athlete you were at recess?
Couldn't play King of the Hill, couldn't do anything.
Josh, I imagine you had the same experience when you were a kid, but if I ever said, oh my God, my parents would tear me apart. Or, do not use his name in vain.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't do anything like that, that's
And,
for sure.
like, we didn't grow up. I never went to church. We never, we weren't a very Catholic or religious family. So it's like, what does it matter to you?
Do you remember the word we got talked to about saying once?
I do not.
This is very early on in the show. Friggin. We said friggin, and our old operations manager was enraged.
Really? I don't remember.
He thought
that.
it was too close to the F word. Didn't
Really?
like friggin.
Well, we didn't do anything about it. We didn't change
No,
our...
that never changed.
No, I don't recall that.
That one was kind of silly, especially from that guy who had a mouth on him.
I don't remember. Who is this guy? Can you write?
I said our old operations manager.
Well, yeah, but I don't know what operations manager
You
means.
don't?
No. I don't know who our current operations
We don't
manager-
have one right now.
Oh, okay. Well,
Maybe that's why.
I don't know any. I mean, I know these people by name, some of them, but I don't know their exact titles nor what the titles mean. Our old operations manager. I don't know who he is or was.
That reminds me of getting yelled at for saying the word freaking
Freaking.
instead of the F word. Yeah, I always said it was too close.
Oh, that guy. Yeah. He was just mad because we were whooping his morning show's ass at the time, probably. I remember that guy. Yeah, he liked to try to neuter us every time we'd whoop his morning show's ass.
Hilarious. I remember being a kid on the bus. God, I was probably in like 4th grade at the time, and I never swore at that point. It was kind of like how I physically have issues saying certain potty words. Like they just, my mouth doesn't like when they come out. It just doesn't feel right.
When you were a kid, you felt this. Because just a minute ago, you said you loved the C word and Mother F.
Yeah, yep. So when I was a kid, I felt this way.
You felt filthy when you would say the filthy word.
Yeah, they just wouldn't come out. And eventually, I just remember being pressured over and over and over again by the older kids. Like, come on, just say this word. Just say that. And eventually I cracked, and I think that's when it started, and it never stopped. I was corrupted by the kids on the bus.
You broke the seal, and it was on from then on, from that point on, and still today. You're a pretty prolific and a pretty skilled swearer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I take pride in that.
Ashley, the bus changes people.
It does.
It does, big time.
The bus changes people. Yeah.
Once the kids get on the bus, they learn things, and things change.
Man, we raised hell on the bus.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
we were.
Wait till your kid starts taking the bus.
Yeah, maybe we'll skip the bus.
We were mean on the bus, man.
That sweet little innocent kid of yours is going to change.
We had a mean streak when we sat down on that bus.
Oh, yeah. What is that? Why?
God, we'll teach that kid all the good swear words and before he gets anywhere near a bus.
Yeah, I don't think he'll need to be taught. He's definitely going to be an early cusser.
Are there any regular words that make you nervous saying when they're not bad words at all?
No, or
once
at least
in a while.
none that I can think of. So a standard word that still makes you kind of nervous?
Like maybe you'll edit it out of a story or something.
Good question. I can't think of anything off the...
Titular.
Titular.
Yeah, like a character.
Oh, I can't imagine.
Titillating.
Titillating, no, I've got no problem with that. Titular, I can't imagine ever coming up with that on my own. I can't imagine ever using that naturally.
No, like if it's in a story or something like that, I'll always take it out. Well, one, it kind of sounds pretentious. That's the main reason.
Yeah.
But also, it makes me, and I'm worried that I'll mispronounce it. I told you before I had a plumber friend over, and he said ball cock, and it was ridiculous how I could barely keep my composure.
You're only human.
I mean, I was embarrassed.
You're just a man.
Like, come on, man.
Another man says ball cock, I'm supposed to keep a straight face?
Yeah, come on.
And when you were younger, did you ever call a shuttlecock a birdie? You had to say shuttlecock. Yeah, you could get away with that.
Yeah, it was too much fun.
I never knew that it was called that.
Shuttlecock?
Yeah, honestly, probably until I started working here. Or else I would have had a lot of fun with that.
Anoka Hockey Dad Jesus texted in to say, I still remember the exact day in third grade when I learned the word queef while riding on the school bus. Josh is right. I never thought of it that way, but the school bus changes a kid. It was the most lawless spot in town when I was a kid.
What do you think changes people the most? It's got to be war, prison, and the school bus.
Let's go along with it. Yeah.
Maybe in that order.
Let's go along with that. Hell yeah, in that order. Hey, man, what's wrong with you? You go to war or something? No, I rode the school bus. As I've mentioned before, growing up, my dad had no rules for us. My mom did try, including my mom would try to crack down on our cursing. And it was a tough roller coaster for a young kid, because I'd go hang out with my dad and his buddies, and it was all rules thrown into the garbage. Hanging out with my mom, it was a different story. So I kind of lived the double life. If there were a couple of things that I remember my mother being very upset with me over, was when I would call someone fat or ugly. And this is when I'm a little kid. She didn't like that. I might cut loose with some swear words and she wouldn't say anything. But if I said, oh, she's fat or he's ugly, she would say, oh, hey, we don't call people fat. And now, speaking of the school bus, one of the toughest days I ever had on the school bus was I got into an argument with a gal on my school bus. This is like third grade or something, right? And eventually I said, shut up, you're fat, to this gal. And she was a bigger gal. She got up out of her, what do you call it on the school bus that you sit on?
A bench?
Sure. She got up out of her seat. She was so mad at me for calling her fat. She got up out of her seat, walked over, and of course I showed no fear because I couldn't. As a boy, I couldn't show any fear of a girl approaching me, obviously angry, right? If I would have went, my buddies would have ran me out of town. So I did not brace myself or anything as she approached me. She picked up her leg and stomped on my thigh as hard as she could. And I think at that point in my life, that was the most pain I had ever felt. But I gutted it. I kept a straight face and I bit my lower lip like it didn't hurt. And F me running, did it hurt. And everyone was kind of looking at me. Is he going to cry? Is he going to shout out in pain? I didn't move a muscle. And I kind of laughed it off. Ha ha! girl trying to hurt me, right?
And you limp home.
Totally played it off like it wasn't no thing but a chicken wing on a string from Burger King. Got off the bus and, oh, God, it hurt. And it all started because I called her fat. I should have kept my friggin' mouth shut.
Yeah, you had it coming.
Oh, man.
I don't like hearing younger kids swear. It's weird how something in me has changed.
I like a kid who can curse.
I was at the park not too long ago just walking around, and there's these group of girls, and they're probably like in middle school. And there was parents present with their little ones playing at the park, and they were just cussing up a storm. And I was so irrationally disgusted by it. I was like, what are you doing? Like, there's parents here. There's adults. Like, who cusses like that at that age in front of adults?
You want a little respect.
Yeah, it's like, gosh, we're disgusting. It's like, whoa. What has happened to me? That used to be me.
Yeah, I hear you, Smashley.
That's not uncommon. Like, sometimes I'll get frustrated with the kids over something. My wife will remind me, well, you were the exact same way. You kind of forget that when you get old. John Deere Jesus brings up a television show. I was talking about words that sound dirty that aren't. Yeah, Dan and Eugene Levy, that show. Chris Elliott.
Poop Creek.
Catherine, yeah, we can't say that one. That's definitely one we can't say.
Well,
Oh, I love that show.
Me too.
so they went after us years ago for saying friggin' on the radio? What a pain in the ass.
Like red-faced angry over it.
Jeez.
I thought it was a joke at first. Like, what? You can't say that word.
Yeah.
I try to stay away from those words when we're on air because it's just too close for me. I don't trust myself.
Sorry we took down your morning show, dude.
There was different rules there, by the way. They could say whatever they wanted.
Get some.
Didn't mean to take it down. Here's the deal. It is a glorious, magical, and I think it will prove to be unforgettable Thursday broadcast. You're a terrific crowd. We got to take a lot of folks have been texting in on swear words and dirty words, so I might have some material. We might have some material all day long on this. But we got to take a break for now. When we come back, we'll go face down into the stupid news here on the Half-Ass Morning Show.
93X.
Half-assed morning show.
Hey, podcast pals. It's Dana from the Half-Ass Morning Show. As always, we appreciate you checking on the podcast, and it's all brought to you by our friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. The July heat means it's officially swass and crotch soup season. Gross! It also means our AC units are being put to the test. I recently went through an issue myself, and I was so happy to have my friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning in my corner. They gave me real options, didn't make me feel like a dummy for not knowing a single thing about HVAC systems, and let me choose what worked best for my home and my budget. No pressure, just comfort my way. Enjoy the show, thanks for listening, and stay cool this summer with Standard.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it, so your dollar goes a long way. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
The No Contest Wrestling Podcast.
I am the heel that you love to hate, O'Shea Jackson Jr. TJ Jefferson, what up?
Friends of the show are really wanting to engage with this podcast.
I'm AJ Francis. They were like, we just want you to cause a ruckus. So I went out there, did my own version of a pipe bomb, and it went everywhere.
Wrestling royalty right here. Mick Foley. Anything that you're glad that it's gone?
Well, glad the chair shots to the head are gone.
The No Contest Wrestling Podcast, part of the Rich Eisen Podcast Network.
Can you tell them where to find us?
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Stupid news on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
A few minutes ago, just a few minutes ago, we were talking about our cursing habits, swearing, how it affects our daily lives. Are we big swearers as adults? When we were kids, did we cuss a lot? Things like that. A couple of text messages came in. When I was in 8th grade, a listener says, a girl slapped me right across the face because I called her a bitch. He said it was the most awkward boner I ever got. Josh mentioned something. The school bus. It changes a kid, is how Josh said it. And he's right. Once you jump on that school bus, you're mixing with all those other kids. You're learning things you never thought were possible. You're fighting, raising hell. I loved the school bus.
Your innocence is gone.
Oh,
It is.
100%.
A lot of folks, a lot of kids, I should say, heard their first curse words on the school bus. One of our listeners learned the word dildo on his grade school bus. Absolutely. Those are huge moments in your life.
Dildo is one of those words that I'd heard for so long, and years until I knew what it actually was.
Oh, yeah?
You know what I mean?
You mean like the amount of times you were called it?
Really? It took you a while to figure out what it meant?
Yeah.
You never asked?
It's one of those, I know, because you don't want to be the kid that doesn't know, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
You're like, there's no buddy of yours in confidence you could say, hey, what's a dildo?
I don't really remember my mindset in third grade on dildo, but it took a while until I realized what it was.
Yeah, I don't know. I always asked.
Yeah, you were open with your folks, weren't you, Josh? You talked to your dad the morning after you first had sex.
Yeah, I did.
You talked to your dad about masturbating.
I used the S word once. No, I never did. That's one thing I would never talk to him about. I had questions that I really wanted to ask, like number one, will it run out?
Oh.
Will I not be able to have a family? I didn't know these types of things. But I did say the S word in front of my dad when I was very little, maybe about third grade. And he got mad at me and said, you can't say that. And I didn't know what it meant. And so I told him, well, I don't think that's a swear word because I'd heard it on the bus.
Right.
And he said, well, I'll tell you what, if you can tell me what it means, you're allowed to use that word. And I had no idea.
It's tough when you're a kid. Black police paramedic Jesus texted the show, and he said, whenever my kids come back from my mother-in-law's house, it's as if they've joined the Navy, they swear so much. You have adults that'll influence you. There's different rules at different people's places. One listener says, I grew up in a household where swearing was wide open to everyone, even the kids. Until I called someone the C word in front of my mom once, she acted like she was gut shot.
That one is. It's like you get punched in the stomach. 13 Fox Army Jesus said his wife was Navy, he was Army, his kid's screwed. He's 18 months old and has heard every swear word out there.
It's going to be awesome.
Maybe it's better. Maybe it's better to expose them to it so they don't think of it as like that big of a deal. I get because they always say if you keep your kid on a tight leash their whole life, once they finally get off, they run and they don't come back. Maybe it's one of those kind of vibes.
Your guess is as good as mine, Ashley. How do you think my brother and I turned out? Did we turn out
great.
all right? Because
just kidding.
I'm sorry. What did
I said you're great.
Oh, I appreciate that.
That was for you.
My brother's kind of a stiff.
No, I like
because we knew every damn foul word there was before any other kid in our school. We did, and we used that skill set to attain great power at Widston Elementary School.
Did you have the wherewithal to understand when it would be appropriate and not appropriate? Meaning, if you're so comfortable using those words, maybe you'd let it slip in front of somebody's parents or a teacher.
Oh no, we had all the skills you needed.
That's
Josh.
the difference.
Yes, we knew when and when not to dump. Oh yeah, we weren't saying awful words in front of our buddies' parents. No, we had it down. We had the rhythm down. Timing, everything.
That's a big difference because, like what you said, Ashley, about them thinking it's not a big deal. I understand what you're saying, but my fear would be, especially my youngest, so dumb, not to know when it's okay to use that.
Right. Then you got folks like this. Turkey Butt McGee texted the show and said, I don't swear. The only person to ever hear me swear, he says, is my brother, who, by the way, has offered to buy Turkey Butt McGee the Guitar Hero video game if I swear in front of him again. Like, that's how he said, my wife has never heard me cuss. Only one person, and that's his brother. That's Turkey Butt McGee. Never swears. I mean, he could have called himself Turkey Ass McGee, but he didn't.
No.
Army mechanic Jesus said their rule is the kids are only allowed to sing bad words when it's in a song. So they always request Avenged Sevenfold's Nightmare. Sure, that one sticks out.
They curse in that one?
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Ladies, let me direct our first route here in the Stupid News Report. Let me direct this one to all the ladies. God bless all of you. Ladies, you think you love penis. We're leading things off with a gal in Thailand who loves penis so much, she's in trouble with the cops for seducing monks. It says here that Thailand, the entire country or whatever it is, they're rattled by this story, shaken to the core.
It's pretty scandalous.
This gal rode so many monks, it caused several senior monks to up and resign from their monkhood.
Just getting out the game.
They're not supposed to do that.
No, they're not. Now, some of you might be saying, hey, good for those monks. They finally got to know what it's like to tear one off, right? Some of you might be saying that. And I understand what you mean, but this lady only gave the monks action because it was all part of her diabolical plan. A big evil scam is all it was. The cops say that this gal enticed a pile of those Buddhist monks into a hot sexual relationship. She enticed them into a sexual relationship and then pressured them into giving her all their money or she would expose their relationship to the public.
Bogus.
Dirtbag.
A cold, calculated scam. She gave them the goods. She used that ass to blackmail those poor bastard monks.
Oh, and they dedicate like their whole entire life to that.
She must have been something.
Yeah, I was wondering that.
Ooh-wee.
I mean, are they just so... They've been holding it in so long it doesn't take much temptation, but at the same time, they're usually so religious that they take that vow of celibacy pretty seriously.
Right. They're pretty skilled in resisting. So I think this gal must have really been slinging heat. It says here, the possible violation of the celibacy rule for monks. I don't think it's just a possible violation. It sounds like it was a straight-up, full-on, four-alarm violation. The violation of the celibacy rule for monks has rocked Buddhist institutions and gripped public attention in Thailand. Celibacy sucks. What movie, Josh?
Oh, it was a sign.
Celibacy sucks.
Was it Naked Gun?
Charlie Sheen is in the movie.
Oh, Hot Shots?
The second one.
Hot Shots Part 2?
Right. At least 9 of those monks have been cast out of the monkhood for getting it the F on. She was banging them all out. The gal in question, she goes by the name of Willowan. She's in her mid-30s, and she's been arrested for what she's done. Willowan deliberately targeted senior monks for financial gain, the cops said. Several monks had transferred large amounts of money after they folded Miss Willowan in half. Willowan's bank accounts. Listen to this. Willowan's bank accounts received around $11.9 million over the last 3 years.
Whoa.
Where do these monks get paid a lot?
No kidding.
Remember, it was maybe a few weeks ago, we talked about there was a monastery where one of the monks was stealing millions upon millions. They get so much money donated to them.
God dang. And it says here, once this gal got her hands on all that money, all she did was spend most of it on gambling.
Oh.
She went to
Now I'm
she
irritated.
went to the track. She went to card tournaments.
Jeez.
If I had $11.9 million, you'd never see me at a casino. I'd be on a boat somewhere. This gal just gambling.
She got too greedy. Once she hit a certain number, she should have been out. Different country.
You're probably right. The investigation began last month when a couple of longtime monk fellas just upped and suddenly quit. And everyone said, well, what do you mean you're quitting? For what? Total mess. She claimed she was pregnant a couple times so her monk F buddies would give her money. She sent them naked pictures to their cell phones. And I know what you're saying. Monks keep a cell phone on them? Yeah, I guess they do. And now that this story has cut loose, authorities in Thailand are going to go temple to temple and investigate all monks to make sure the rest of the boys are keeping it in their modest robes. That's not right. The innocent monks are going to have their huts turned over by authorities. Let's see if you're getting laid. The guy's like, hey, wait, this is my stuff. I've never done a damn thing. What a nightmare.
So I looked up the how much money was stolen in May from the one monk. $9 million from the temple. This guy ran this temple. He embezzled $9 million.
Well, I'll be dipped.
You remember maybe 3-4 years ago, the monastery where all the monks were on meth?
No.
They tested positive.
God.
for meth.
Oh,
Dang.
I don't remember though.
The times, Josh, they are a-changing. The monks are smoking meth rocks.
That's like the opposite of the vibe they try to portray.
They're smoking meth rocks and getting more ass than the average guy. The monks in Thailand, it says here, are largely members of something called the Theravada sect, which requires them to be celibate and refrain from even touching a woman, just like my pal Wang. She walked in, Cubby, this Willowan gal. Double up. Just shaking that thing. I bet she's got one of those bottoms. When she walks, it not only goes east-west, it goes north-south.
There's something magic. You're right.
The monks lost their minds. They had to pin her. She begged them to pin her. And then she said, oh, by the way, Mr. Monk, I'm telling everybody. Unless you give me X amount of dollars, that's some cold-blooded behavior right there. By damn it is.
Depending how young they were when they, I guess, became a monk. I'm not sure about the correct verbiage there. I wonder how many virgins she took for a spin.
Well, I would say damn near every one of them.
Yeah, probably most of them at least.
Damn near every one of them. Josh, you ever been in the room when a lady walks in and it's like, double up,
Yeah, I actually just saw a picture of one yesterday.
Who was that?
I don't know. A friend sent it to me because just that very thing.
All right. Oh, this is a picture of a woman walking down the street. Oh, my God. Look at the, I think the old saying was, back.
Yeah, she's got back.
Baby got back. Your friend took a picture of that woman walking down the street?
Yes.
It's a little creepy.
Oh, in what way?
Yeah, a little bit.
And then he sent it to you and he said, hey, Cubby, check out this butt.
That's right.
All right. While we're on, I guess, a bit of a religious vibe here, we were talking about Buddhist monks. I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm not sure who these guys are. It doesn't really matter. We'll just go with it. All you really need to know is these are two grown men involved here. It says here, and try to follow this because I'll have very little idea. It says here, Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan, all right, has offered to show his penis to the head of the Armenian church because a priest over there accused him of being circumcised.
That's so awesome.
The hell?
There's one way to solve this one, pal.
Yeah. The Armenian prime minister, so like their president. Am I close?
Yeah.
Okay. Has offered to show his penis to the head of the Armenian church, so like their pope, because a priest over there accused him of being circumcised. They're questioning his Christianity.
You imagine that's the insult you lob at somebody? Politics are a little goofy these days, aren't they?
Are you effing kidding me?
And how would that be his issue? Most parents make that decision for you.
I have no friggin' idea. I know nothing about circumcision, who makes the call, what it means about your faith. I know nothing about the subject, Ashley, so you'd have to tell me what any of this means. So they're questioning his Christianity, and you can't let anyone get away with that, right?
No, absolutely not.
You want to question my faith?
I'm a religious fella. Here's my wiener.
Oh.
Trying to think of a scenario in my life where I'd have to pull my hog out to prove something, you know?
Right.
Or somebody would challenge me on that.
So this prime minister, Mr. Pashinyan, who's being questioned by a priest over there, he more or less said, okay, smart ass, you don't believe I'm a real Christian? You think I'm circumcised? Name the time and place, and I will show you
his presidential
my
penis.
Armenian piss missile. Yes. I'll get an update to you on this if one becomes available.
Thank you.
But just, you should be aware that this is a real thing happening with real grown adults. You should be aware of this for your own safety.
This is awesome. They're different, these politics these days. They're different.
Yeah, they certainly are. They certainly... Someone sent me a picture of the lady. Someone texted in to our program here. Husky hockey super fan texted in and sent me a picture of the Thai woman who had sex with all those monks and then tried to steal all their money. And she pretty. She is very pretty. Because we were wondering, I mean, she must be slinging some serious heat, and she is very pretty. Okay. I'm interested in where some of you might go with this one. You folks have heard of the Annabelle doll.
Yes. Creepy.
Never seen any of the movies.
Oh, they're terrible.
I liked them.
Oh, God. Word is it's an evil doll and all that. But Dana, you know about the Annabelle doll?
Vaguely. I know we've talked about it. What movies are they from again? Where's it from again?
I don't remember.
Is it Conjuring?
Yeah, from that series.
That's
and then
it.
Annabelle.
They're terrible movies.
Mm-hmm. I don't know much about her. I just know she's a creepy doll and she shows up in windows. So I got that right?
Shows up in windows?
Forget about the windows part. It's a creepy doll that supposedly kills people.
Gotcha.
You're close enough.
I don't know why
You're thinking of
takes me out. She's just creeping through the windows.
Are you thinking of a mannequin at a clothing store?
Well, you might be mistaken because I've told you stories of the creepy doll in the window in Janesville, Minnesota that scared us when we were kids.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
Anyway, the Annabelle doll. Word is it's an evil doll. This is really sad. A guy, a paranormal investigator, a very famous paranormal investigator who was doing some kind of a haunted Annabelle doll tour. He upped and died out of nowheres. And so some people are running for their lives over this.
Do you remember just a couple weeks back we talked about Annabelle Escaped?
I don't.
He was one of the people that talked about it.
I do not.
Oh, yes. I do remember that.
The Annabelle doll escaped.
It went missing. And then people were saying, oh, my gosh, she escaped. And he worked on like a box to contain her to prevent that from ever happening again.
I built this case to represent Ed's original case, but I added a couple extra things for our protection as well your protection when you come to the Paracon to view Annabelle. So all this helped contain the evil within Annabelle in this case.
That's the voice of the poor guy who died. His name was Dan Rivera. He was 54. Okay, so here's an extra layer to this effing deal, if you believe in paranormal things and haunted dolls and whatnot. Rivera was in Pennsylvania for his Annabelle Scary Doll tour. He's been hauling this doll all over America, and apparently he was in the supposedly haunted town of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, when he dropped dead. He had been hanging out on the battlegrounds of the infamous Battle of Gettysburg from the, Civil War. And then up and out of the blue, He was dead in his hotel room a short time later. His exact cause of death remains unclear. This guy's got a wife and kids. So,
young guy, too. I mean,
yeah.
He's 54.
Where am I going with this? I had another place to go with this. Where was the doll when he died is what some people want to know. Because there are people who want to blame the doll for his death.
She was in her new box, wasn't she? Yeah.
I don't know. Was it sitting on his chest or something?
Well, the thing that people are arguing, and this is just ridiculous, that because he touched the doll, he moved it from like the old box that wasn't, protecting it or whatever it is, and moved it into the fresh new box. That's why.
He cursed himself.
But then again, I mean, if she went missing, who touched her to put her back in her original box?
Well,
aren't all those people supposed to die?
She broke out.
She broke out. Ashley, I don't friggin' know.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault. You're just repeating what people are, I don't know.
You're being reasonable is what you're doing.
And it's been on all my social media, and I've had a couple of people I went to school with commenting that are, I guess, pretending to be really into all this spiritual stuff. And I'm like, the guy just probably had a heart attack or something tragic. Don't make his death about this stupid doll.
It's funny you say that. One of his friends said the exact same thing.
The county coroner telling NBC that his death was nothing suspicious. Still, the decades of lore surrounding Annabelle causing a social media craze among those fascinated by the paranormal. Something his friend and fellow paranormal investigator Ryan Buell called out.
Dan Rivera was a human being and not a plot twist.
There you go. Reason would tell you the poor guy had something wrong with him and he died. But people like to go with these wild-ass conspiracy theories and all that crap.
Also, I completely forgot that, I know the movies make her look way scarier and, old and antique, but the real doll looks like a Raggedy Ann doll.
It is a Raggedy Ann doll.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I read yesterday. It's a Raggedy Ann doll.
Oh, I guess I never heard that, so I'm like, what? That's such a classic doll.
Ed and Lorraine Warren, they're the famous ghost hunting married couple. They're both dead now, but they're the ones who found the doll or whatever the hell years and years and years ago. Ed and Lorraine Warren say that the doll has been linked to several tragic accidents across the United States. What do they say here? They claim Annabelle stabbed a cop. Whoa. Caused a car crash involving a priest. They claimed that they saw the doll lift its arms and walk across the room. Conspiracy theorists tried to link the Annabelle doll to a prison break and a fire in Louisiana because the doll was in town at the time. And it goes on and on. This poor guy died. He's got kids. Like his buddy said, he's not a plot twist, but there are some people, you can't talk them out of that kind of stuff.
I guess, obviously, I don't believe in this kind of stuff, or at least I try not to, but if I was in the Annabelle doll's presence, I think I would kind of tread carefully. Just to be safe, maybe wear a cross for the first time in my life.
And yes, people are texting in saying the Janesville doll is no longer in the window. It's now at the library. Whenever I bring it up, there's always Janesville people who text in and say, don't worry about that doll anymore. I appreciate it. When we were kids, it scared the hell out of us. It was just this doll in the top window of a very tall old house. My grandmother lived in Janesville for a while, so we'd go visit Grandma and quickly get bored with her, of course, because she was old, and then we'd say, let's go look at that doll.
I know, I kind of want to put a creepy doll in my window. I want to become the weird dollhouse.
Yeah, that'd be sure.
I've got a couple,
Get the neighborhood kids talking.
Do you have a couple of creepy dolls?
Yeah.
Make the neighborhood kids afraid. It's fun. Every neighborhood needs a scary house.
You know what? Okay, so maybe I do believe in this kind of stuff a little bit, because the reason that I have my creepy dolls is because I fear that if I throw them away, they're going to come back and haunt me and kill me.
Could you give them to somebody else?
Oh, that's a good idea.
You keep your childhood dolls because you're afraid if you get rid of them, they'll come back and kill you.
It's just there's this weird feeling about it, but when I was a kid, I mean, I thought my stuffed animals and my dolls came to life at night and all that. So maybe it's just something to that.
You once told us a very unbelievable story about your battery-operated doll that started dancing in your room even though it had no batteries in it.
Amazing Amanda.
It never happened. Josh, do you believe in all this paranormal stuff? I'm questioning your faith.
No, and that stuff, no, I don't believe that doll is haunted or had anything to do with any deaths. And I don't believe the doll ever stabbed a cop.
No, I don't believe the doll stabbed a cop.
That'd be absolutely crazy.
All right.
The doll lacks the opposable thumb necessary to wield a knife.
It's like Chucky. Can't you just kick him?
All right. I thought for a minute there, Josh, when I questioned your face, when I questioned your faith, you'd offer to show me your penis.
Check your phone.
That would be a callback to our second story. My phone buzzed?
It's got a new picture.
Fair enough. Japanese folks are always doing something cool or hilarious. Japanese folks are always doing something cool, like a weekend-long 80s rock festival or a bukkake competition or something. Have we talked about this before, or is that just a liquor talking? It says here now in Japan, you can rent a grandma.
Yeah, we've talked about similar stories where they do this kind of thing.
In Japan, you can rent a grandma for $23 an hour.
Yeah, I believe some nursing homes here, they kind of have that vibe. I don't think you pay, but you can. Because my mom always wanted to do that for me when I was a child because I lost my grandparents at a young age. And I always talked about how I wish I had grandparents and all that jazz. And so she always said that it was possible to like go to a nursing home and you kind of like adopt one in a way. Okay. And then you go and see them often. You do things for them.
I've heard that, yes.
Yeah, that's probably what you're thinking of because we did talk about that relatively recently here. That you can rent a grandma and grandpas. They had grandpas too, but to do things like say bake you cookies or kind of like stereotypical grandma.
Sure. In Japan, you can rent a grandma. OK Grandma is the name of the service, I think. So give them a call. A company called Client Services, that's very unoriginal. They're a Japanese company that specializes in a wide variety of services. Your grandma, your rental grandma? Oh, no, sorry. Before we get to the rental grandma, these are just some of the general services that Client Services offers. They'll clean your house. They'll babysit your ungrateful children. They'll watch your dog. They'll attend an event for you if you don't want to go. They'll apologize on your behalf to somebody. They'll even quit your job for you.
It's hilarious.
Their latest gimmick is this OK Grandma service. If you give them $23 in trade, you can rent an old, worn-out lady to act like she's your effing grandma for an hour or two. That's ridiculous to me. The folks at OK Grandma say they've got older gals ready to play the role. They've got gals over there that are around 60. They've even got a lady for rent that's 94 F-me running years old. You better act fast if you want that one. It's become one of their most popular services. All you need to do is tell the company what you want your fake grandma to do. Cook, clean, give advice, hang out with your kids, I don't know, smoke rock, whatever. You just got to tell them what you want your fake grandma to do. One OK Grandma client said, oh my God, this is so stupid. One OK Grandma, I don't know how I missed this the first time. She said, I want to break up with my boyfriend, but I can't tell him myself, so I want my fake grandmother to come with me.
That'd take the sting out of it if somebody's grandma broke up with me, wouldn't it? Just more adorable than anything.
I would imagine
she'd do some butterscotch afterwards.
Yeah, she'd comfort you.
She'd bake you a cake or something like, sorry.
Imagine you're the dude getting broken up with, and you obviously know your girlfriend. You know her, a lot about her family and her life. Suddenly, you're a dude who's getting broken up with, by your girlfriend and her fake grandmother, an actress, more or less.
Oh, yeah.
I might almost look at that as a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It would take the sting away.
You'd say to her, whatever her name is, lady, hey, lady, I know this is not your real grandmother. That sounds so bizarre to me.
Wouldn't that also be easier, too, because you realize, sweet, I'm not with that psycho anymore, because that's one of the goofiest things I've ever seen.
I didn't think of it that way.
That would make it a lot easier.
Yeah, I didn't think of it that way. That's perfect. Thank God we're breaking up. You can't do this face-to-face without a woman pretending to be your grandmother as your wingman? What the hell kind of psychotic crap is that? Another client said, I don't have enough relatives for my wedding, so I want a fake grandma to be there. Now, Japan is no stranger to this nonsense. Over there, you can rent a middle-aged guy.
For what?
Well, they don't specify. You can probably whatever you want that middle-aged guy to do. Same as the grandma gimmick. You just have to tell them what you want the middle-aged guy to do with
Mow
you.
your lawn.
You can rent fat people by the hour. I'm not making this up in Japan.
Oh.
There's a service designed. They have a service designed to ruin your relationships, a marriage, a friendship, whatever. If you've got the yen, they'll get it done for you, by God.
They must really not like conflict in Japan.
That's what it seems like. Every time we read something like this, they hate talking to each other.
AOL.com, Jesus said, if I'm 60 plus, can I just use this as a dating service?
Oh, man.
I was waiting for the thing to turn sexual. But the grandma's in Japan.
I bet you wouldn't have to wait too long for somebody to try at least.
Yeah.
No, it's not stated in their catalog that maybe you can rent one of these grandmas for sex, but money talks, Dana.
The one we were talking about here, they had some very clear rules that you're not going to be sleeping with grandma or grandpa.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on in Japan. Again, I think they're a lot of fun over there. Josh and I have had many conversations on going there someday. But boy, they got a little bit of a weird vibe.
Yeah, at times you hear some stuff.
At times you hear stuff.
Sports on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Also, I'm not trashing Bill Belichick. First off, he's 73 years old and he's dating a hot 24-year-old, and people are criticizing him. What happened to this country? We used to be a great country. He won 6 Super Bowls. Yeah, he's dating a hot 24-year-old. Maybe if you guys won 6 Super Bowls, you wouldn't be sitting next to a fat, ugly dog wife. They let me do it. I don't. This is Disney. They allowed that.
Last night's ESPY Awards featured a comic by the name of Wesley Willis. What's the name?
Shane Gillis.
Wesley Willis. He was the guy that sang songs about Jello Biafra and Superman. Spider-Man and McDonald's and whatnot.
Yeah.
God rest the soul of Wesley Willis.
Legend.
I love Shane Gillis so much.
Never heard of the guy.
Oh my gosh, I could watch clips of him all day long.
He told a joke about a fat, ugly dog wife. It sounded like the crowd reeled a little bit, Josh.
Yeah, there was a few he told that they reeled, but he had some really ones that landed real well too.
All right. I haven't checked out the ESPYs in 20 years. Used to love the show.
So did I. When it was new, I loved it.
Man, we can get into what athletes walked out of there last night with ESPY Awards a little bit later when Randy Shaver ducks in. And also, I'm really excited to tell you folks later about the new events coming to ESPN The Ocho later this summer in a couple weeks. They cut loose with, the 2-3 days in a row of nothing but bizarre sports and events. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited to tell you about every effing thing coming up.
It's a lot.
There is on ESPN The Ocho. It is a lot, but there are some sports that, some events that I'm really looking forward to. The ones that really grabbed me over the last few years, slippery stairs.
That is so much more fun to watch than I thought it was going to be.
It's way more sexual than I thought it was going to be.
A little bit.
A lot of lube.
A lot of lube, and then they've got Hooters girls up at the top of the stairs spraying lube at you while they wear nothing but spandex.
They knew what the people wanted.
Was it better than you thought it was going to be, too?
Yes.
Like, I thought, how fun could this possibly be? And I watched it. It's absolutely hilarious.
I really like watching slippery stairs. And a few years ago, I really took to the marble races.
Oh, those are fun.
Mm-hmm.
Marble races. But we'll tell you all about it in a half hour. The Minnesota Lynx beat the Phoenix Mercury yesterday afternoon. So now they head into the All-Star break. They're undefeated at home. I think they have the best record in the WNBA. We'll get into lots more in a half hour. For now, stick around for Josh's news report.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey, podcast pals. It's Dana from the Half-Assed Morning Show. As always, we appreciate you checking on the podcast, and it's all brought to you by our friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. The July heat means it's officially swass and crotch soup season. Gross! It also means our AC units are being put to the test. I recently went through an issue myself, and I was so happy to have my friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning in my corner. They gave me real options, didn't make me feel like a dummy for not knowing a single thing about HVAC systems, and let me choose what worked best for my home and my budget. No pressure, just comfort my way. Enjoy the show, thanks for listening, and stay cool this summer with Standard.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Nightly Scroll with Haley Carania.
Hello to all my homies in the chat. I'm Haley Carania with some very inconvenient truths.
Your go-to place for the hottest button issues.
Don't you hate when facts get in the way of a good news story?
Cut through the noise and get ready to scroll through the chaos of the modern world, one hot take at a time.
Hear me out. We might need to spread this information 24/7. Let's get into some scrolling time.
Nightly Scroll with Haley Carania.
I love this place.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
What in the actual are you guys doing?
On 93X.
The pilot came on and said the airspace has been closed because of a ultralight plane that is not communicating with the tower.
A dramatic security scare unfolded Tuesday afternoon when a stolen private plane forced a temporary shutdown at Vancouver International Airport, one of the busiest travel hubs in Canada. About 1:10 p.m. local time, the RCMP was alerted that a Cessna 172, a small single-engine aircraft used for flight training often, had been taken off from Victoria on Vancouver Island. Not long after, the plane was spotted circling over Vancouver's airspace, sparking immediate concern from air traffic control.
We do have an aircraft in the vicinity of the airport with a 172. Just in case anything starts heading towards you, you have the ability to move at your discretion.
On the ground, people looked up, watching anxiously as the plane made repeated passes overhead.
It was doing quite a radical turn at low altitude. I went, wow, I wonder if he's in trouble.
As the aircraft looped above the airport, controllers jumped into action. 9 flights had to be rerouted, and operations came to a standstill for about 40 minutes.
Jeez, that sounds like a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Everybody's pretty freaked out, as you can imagine.
I would love, Josh, to be able to just jump into an airplane and lift it off the ground, but I am not John McClane. I would not know how to, I wouldn't understand even what I was looking at once I got behind the controls.
That's true. John McClane would be, even if he's never been on one, he'd be able to take a motorcycle, ride it over a ramp, jump into the back of the small plane, and pilot that somehow perfectly.
So was this just some wacky thief? But he knew how to drive a plane and just decided to raise some hell?
Well, he must have known how to land. Like, I've heard people say, sure, if you could get past security, which is not going to be easy, you could maybe take off. You might get lucky there, but the landing could get you in some trouble. It was just some 35-year-old dude. He was alone. Originally, they called it a hijacking incident, but it doesn't sound like it was that. He just stole the plane.
F me.
He landed about 1:45 p.m.
What a skill set to have.
Be able to fly a plane?
Yeah.
I'd love to be able to do
but
that.
But yet you're using it in the wrong ways, obviously.
Do you think your future son-in-law, Josh, do you think he could teach you how to he would teach you how to drive a plane?
First and
Fly a
foremost,
plane?
you're very presumptuous. Hopefully we can break up that relationship before they're even engaged.
I'm glad no one ever called me that live on the radio. Talk about turning the screws on a guy. Now I've been called the future son-in-law. Maybe he wants out.
Ashley's asking because he's a pilot. I would think so because he grew up flying. His grandmother is a pilot instructor, so I bet he'd be a pretty good teacher.
Oh, no way. That is so cool.
This is a story about a West Virginia love triangle involving bladed brass knuckles, a pink camouflage handgun, and a pregnant woman caught in the middle. Mounds View police say they got a call about a woman who was threatened with bodily harm by 3 people, 30-year-old Clarissa Mosser, 28-year-old Maggie Denham, and 31-year-old Chaz Cerez. So 2 girls and 1 chump. According to the victim, she'd been staying at Mosser's place. A few days earlier, they had gotten into a heated argument over dating the same guy, but she thought that issue was over. She was very wrong. 1:30 a.m. the next morning, the woman said she was jolted awake when Denham yanked the sheets off her and questioned her about something unclear before she warned her not to lie or she'd get her, quote, frontal knocked in.
Her frontal?
Frontal lobe.
Frontal
that means.
lobe?
Yeah, I think she screwed up the threat, which takes a little away from it.
Yeah.
That's a really stupid thing to say.
Yeah.
What do you mean? When you threaten someone, they shouldn't have to say, what do you mean?
Yeah. Because it kind of puts a big pause on it and the impact is gone. Like, all right, I understand you're threatening me, but I don't understand the repercussions here.
Can you explain that to me?
Your communication is terrible, but you are very intimidating. They wouldn't let her leave until she said she was pregnant, in which case they said, okay, fine, we'll let you go, but first you need to prove it by taking a pregnancy test.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
They said they'd shoot her if she ran or called police. After she took the test, it came back positive, so they all left.
Everyone left.
Just for fun, here's the world's most bored police chief telling the story in its entirety, not edited one bit.
Wouldn't allow her to leave the room, yelled at her, threatened her. The one young lady had a pair of brass knuckles, and she also produced a firearm that she gave to the roommate, the confronting person, and made statements that it had 3 bullets in it and it was ready to go. And meanwhile, they brought a young man with them who was wanted for an armed robbery, and he was also brandishing a pistol. So they confronted the young lady, threatened her with bodily harm, etc., and then they left.
He was playing Clash of Clans.
He seems so uninterested.
That dude, he is so done with his current occupation.
Oh, yeah.
He's so tired of explaining these things to the media that he just can't barely do it anymore.
His body language and the look he had on his face indicated it like, you know, I could be doing anything right now.
Right.
Why am I standing here talking about these morons? All 3 are facing charges of wanton endangerment, unlawful detention, and conspiracy to commit a felony.
I just love that guy.
Yeah, me too. That's great.
Yeah.
You know what? I give 0 Fs. Right
Stuff
now.
happened, I guess. Here
One
I am.
gal cut the other gal's head off and bathed in her blood. And I don't know. Anyone want to go to lunch?
Can just once one of you guys ask me how I'm doing?
Right.
Ask me about my life. Show some interest in me. A 63-year-old Texas woman is facing charges after authorities said she tried to mail her ex-husband chocolates.
Sexual chocolate!
It wasn't sexual chocolate. It was fentanyl-laced chocolate disguised as a gift.
Sexual chocolate!
No, tainted chocolate.
Tainted chocolate.
Pamela Stanley wanted to kill her ex-husband, who had recently become engaged, and she wasn't having that.
Oh, God.
So investigators said Stanley crafted a plan to kill her former husband by injecting fentanyl into a box of premium chocolates.
A lot of them do want to kill us, Josh.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And she tried. She sent the package with a fake congratulatory note from a travel agency, supposedly in honor of his engagement.
Would have probably ate the chocolates. My fiance would have ate the chocolates, but even worse, we have 2 minor children here, and I'm sure they would have ate some as well. And she has no remorse.
Her ex?
That's the bastard that's getting engaged now?
Yeah. He had it coming, obviously.
Yeah.
Her ex, who was married to Stanley for 14 years, said he'd heard rumors his ex-wife was seeking a hitman, and he did take some precautions at home.
Oh, my God.
Her plan was pretty ingenious. She thought this stuff through, he said, adding he's relieved the plot was stopped.
Just relief. I'm so happy that they've got her behind bars.
Stanley's plot unraveled after she unknowingly described the plan in detail to an acquaintance who was secretly recording their conversation. The sheriff's office said an undercover officer later posed as a fentanyl supplier and met Stanley in a motel parking lot where she was taken into custody.
He heard rumors that his ex was hiring a hitman. Can you imagine that? One of your bros walking up to you at the bar. Hey, dude, you hear about your ex? No, what, you get a new job or something? No, she's looking to kill you. She's looking to hire someone to kill you.
I've definitely heard stories from friends about either their current spouse or maybe an ex where I thought, oh, that might be the last time we see that person alive.
Oh, yeah.
You've told a couple stories, Nick, where I thought, oh, that person is in trouble.
Yeah, some folks run a little hot, and like you've said before, they have a very difficult time getting over a breakup.
Texas isn't the only place where a toxic ex hatched a dangerous plot, because in Florida, a man tried to poison his ex-girlfriend's shot with a little sex on the bleach. A 23-year-old Florida man's accused of trying to poison his ex-girlfriend, who discovered bleach in a bottle of vodka after her uncle nearly drank it. Edwin Guzman's ex told deputies she stopped by his place to pick up a few of her belongings, including some facial products and a nearly full bottle of Tito's vodka. Later, at her uncle's house, the two decided to take the edge off with a shot. But what the uncle got was a mouthful of bleach.
My ex-boyfriend, he put bleach in the Tito's bottle that I had, and my uncle nearly took a shot of it, and he nearly almost swallowed it, but he realized it was bleach instead of bleach in there.
We've all got that uncle who'll drink anything.
Deputies had her call Guzman in front of and confront him. During that recorded call, he reportedly admitted to putting bleach in the vodka and even some of her skincare products.
Bogus.
He was arrested shortly afterward and charged with poisoning food or water.
Punk.
His plan was pretty easily foiled. I mean, the cops even said they're standing a couple feet away from the bottle that they could smell it from there.
Yeah, rookie stuff.
Law enforcement might be used to chasing down criminals, but Tuesday morning in Richfield, they ended up detaining a sheep. The call came about 9:26 a.m. Officers were asked to help corral the cuddly runaway, and along the way, managed to track down its owner, too.
I put it in my mouth. It just reeked of bleach. Yeah, I mean, I just...
Wrong one, sorry.
We pulled up alongside him and asked him if he was looking for a sheep, and he said yes, he's looking for the sheep. And just around that time, one of the neighbors behind him was like, it went that way. And so we were all like, sweet. And we all just took off after the sheep.
Some residents happened to be at home when they spotted officers in their backyard wrangling the sheep nearly a mile away from the woolly pursuit beginning.
I was very confused and amused. I was pretty sure it wasn't a dog, and when I took a closer look, it was clearly not a dog.
After the long arm of the law caught up with the lamb on the lamb, police noted the farm animals aren't exactly, that they're not allowed in Richfield, while the owner admitted the future Euro had been purchased to be plated.
No farm animals allowed in Richfield?
I guess not.
What the hell am I supposed to do on New Year's Eve?
They said you can have chickens with a permit, but that's it.
Yeah, I remember when I had chickens for a brief period of time, and my neighbor walked over and said, "You got a permit for that?" And I said, "A what?" I had no idea.
While Minnesota police were busy rounding up missing mutton on the move, down in Florida, a woman took a more aggressive approach to animal justice. A 38-year-old driver ended up behind bars after using bear spray on another motorist in an attempt to teach her a lesson because she didn't stop to let a chicken cross the road. Cynthia Sosa is facing charges after a bizarre road rage incident last week, though some might say the other driver had it coming. You be the judge. Sosa came across another driver last Thursday and took revenge for what she saw as a crime against poultry. She was stopped in traffic waiting to let a chicken cross the road when the driver behind her began honking and later passing, flattening the feathered pedestrian in the process.
Oh, no.
Poor bird. That didn't sit well with Sosa.
No.
No, wouldn't have sat well with me either.
She went all Ashley. Angry over the chicken's death, she cracked. Sosa flew into a rage and followed the woman to an intersection where she got out to confront her. Cynthia, intending to, quote, teach her a lesson, pulled out bear mace and sprayed it into the vehicle, hitting the victim directly in the face.
Oh, my goodness.
Satisfied with her act of roadside retribution, she then drove off. Sosa's now nesting in police custody, however. Still no word on why the chicken crossed the road.
Ooh, boy, I bet that stung.
When I leave work here, I'm sure you guys have noticed it too, that we have a lot of geese over here.
Turkeys too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other day they were trying to cross the road, and there was a semi that was coming in really hot. And I thought, I swear to God, if you hit those geese, I was going to become so unhinged. I just cringe every single time.
I would have been rooting for the truck to go faster.
Oh, that's terrible. You're a terrible person.
One of my buddies did something pretty creepy one day. We were driving home from somewheres, and we came around a corner, a little 2-lane highway, middle of nowhere. Came around a corner, and there was a duck couple walking across the road. Adorable little duck couple.
Yeah, happy little family, yeah.
And my buddy ran him over while staring at me. Do you understand where I'm going with all that?
So he saw the ducks?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was very obvious. There was a duck couple right in the middle of the road.
Do I know this friend?
Yeah, you've met him.
Oh, I hate him.
And he ran over them, but yet while staring at me as if to send me some kind of a message.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
You better not fall in love with a duck, pal. I'm going to run your ass over.
I'm not sure where he was going with that.
That is terrifying.
I felt bad. I did. I didn't feel like it was necessary to run over the ducks, and I didn't feel as if their death had to be some kind of a personal message to me.
There have been plenty of high-profile musical acts that ended up dealing with a pretty messy divorce thanks to some internal strife. And now that includes Jane's Addiction. Guitarist and certified weirdo Dave Navarro is suing fellow weirdo and frontman Perry Farrell for assault and battery, and he's not alone. The rest of Jane's Addiction is backing that lawsuit, and they're all demanding millions from the singer. Navarro, along with Eric Avery and Stephen Perkins, filed that suit yesterday, claiming an onstage blow-up back in September derailed their North American tour and a planned album. Navarro said the fight didn't stop when they walked off stage. Apparently, no one could get Perry to calm down. And at one point, Navarro said Farrell Will Smithed him right in the face.
Will, I'm sorry, I was picturing Will Ferrell. Yes, Will Smithed him, slapped him across the face.
Yeah, that you probably have seen the video from September when we first brought it up. Because of the fight, Navarro said the band's been caught reeling from several financial losses after canceling 15 shows and hitting pause on recording a new album. He also said things were rocky even before the onstage meltdown, with Farrell threatening to quit the band more than once. And according to Navarro, Perry even convinced him to postpone his wedding just to squeeze in more tour dates. Navarro's going after Farrell for assault and battery, while all three are suing for emotional distress, negligence, breach of contract, and more. Perry Farrell is ready to step into the courtroom, filing a lawsuit against them just hours after Jane's Addiction filed theirs against him.
Oh, what a total mess.
Yeah, that's not going to end clean.
Doesn't sound like it.
Bands crack eventually and end up attacking each other.
Especially, they're together so long in this case, or on and off.
Damn near every band. But maybe one of the most dramatic I ever heard, and this is just what I heard, when Queensryche broke up 10, 15 years ago, they got back together and did some records and did some tours. Josh, did you hear the same thing? When they finally came to a head, the big brawl in the locker room kind of a thing, in the dressing room, a knife was actually pulled. Did you hear that same story, Josh?
No, I've never heard this.
No way.
That one...
Did they say who pulled on?
I don't remember who allegedly had the knife, but it was directed at Jeff Tate.
Oh, I was going to say, if Jeff Tate was holding it, I don't think I'd be intimidated.
The lead singer, Jeff Tate. Oh, I think he's about the only guy in that band I ever would have been intimidated by. The rest of them are...
He doesn't look like he'd be able to...
no, but if you compare him to the other guys, I mean, they were just these scrawny little 5'2" characters. Anyway, I heard that a knife was actually produced in the dressing room.
Although Jeff Tate would probably hold a foil or some sort of medieval weapon. A knife wouldn't be fancy enough for Jeff Tate.
He probably knows certain spells you can cast on people.
That seems more his style.
I'm going to check my text message to see if any of the Queensryche fans remember hearing that same rumor.
Streaming today on Netflix, Untamed, featuring Sam Neill and Eric Bana. The series follows a National Park Service agent drawn into a chilling investigation of a brutal death deep in the wilderness. Over on Paramount Plus, Star Trek Strange New Worlds returns with its long-awaited third season. Been nearly 2 years since a dramatic Season 2 cliffhanger, and now the crew of the Enterprise is back, picking up right where they left off.
That is ridiculous. 2 years? Come on.
In between seasons?
Oh, I hate that.
This time, they're facing a mysterious new threat lurking in the shadows. Today on Hulu, the streaming premiere of The Amateur, where Rami Malek is a CIA analyst who goes rogue to get revenge against the people who killed his wife. And a couple of season finales on Fox, including Grimsburg, followed by Family Guy. Medical Device Jesus check in yet? He's the biggest Queensrÿche fan I know in the Brotherhood.
No, I'll get there in a minute, Josh. I flipped over to Wikipedia to see if I could find this story, but I'm finding nothing so far. Who is the big Queensrÿche fan?
Medical Device Jesus.
Yeah, I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Terry Geezer Butler from Black Sabbath just turned 76 today. Ozzy Osbourne of Black Sabbath's final show, by the way, set a new record for the highest-grossing charity concert ever.
Oh, my God.
$190 million
Whoa.
is what they raised.
Oh, my God.
Sad shout-out this morning to the Oak Lane Racing crew. They're memorializing their boy Bobby J, number 691, this afternoon. They'll be laying him to rest tomorrow. Our thoughts are with you guys today and tomorrow. Happy 6th anniversary to I'm a Big Strong Guy Jesus and his smoking hot wife Katie. Happy birthday to Porta Scotty Jesus, turning 26, and that's 93X News.
You know, I think it's every man's dream to have his dink be a source of peace in the midst of chaos, and massive appreciation of that dude and his huge knob.
Randy Shaver on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Shohei Ohtani couldn't make it tonight. Man, I hope his interpreter didn't bet that he was going to be here. Shohei is a once-in-a-generation talent. No one's been able to do what he does at so many positions: pitcher, hitter, and bookie. A bookie is what Bill Belichick reads to his girlfriend before bedtime. Sugar Ray Leonard's here. Hell yeah. Sugar Ray, you're the man, but in 10 years, Jake Paul's going to try to knock you out, so take it easy.
They went ahead last night with the ESPN ESPY Award show, Randy Shaver. Were you watching the ESPYs?
Of course not.
Just sitting back, laughing your ass off?
Of course not.
We played a couple of jokes there from a comic, Willis Jackson. What's his name
Shane
again?
Gillis.
Shane Gillis.
Willis Jackson.
Willis, that was...
What you talking about, Willis?
That was Arnold's older brother on Different Strokes. You guys really like the comic, Shane Gillis?
I love him.
Okay. And he was the host last night of the ESPYs. I also haven't watched it in years. Maybe I should give it another chance. Should I give it another chance, Randy Shaver?
Well, if you're asking me, I'd say no. The only reason why I would even pay attention is if there was some Minnesota connection that I had interest in. Otherwise, I really honestly don't care.
Why have we all turned our back on the ESPYs? Because they're fake awards that really don't matter? I don't know.
Ran its course, maybe.
It ran its course?
Yeah.
I kind of had this theory. I was thinking about that same thing because I used to love the ESPYs, and I think it was because that was the one time where we got to see athletes kind of away from the ball field, you know? And now we have all these behind-the-scenes shows and the quarterback shows and the hard knocks. You know, we have so much more of that access now where back in the day, that was kind of like the one place you'd see a guy, off the court.
I suppose if you wanted to see Dwayne Wade act funny, the ESPYs was your only option. Now you just turn on his podcast.
Exactly.
Or his YouTube show.
And I wonder if it's just, things like, did you like the MTV Movie Awards?
Oh, I couldn't stand that crap.
Music Video Awards. When they first started, I thought that was pretty cool and got sick of it pretty quick.
Okay. My last memory of watching the ESPYs, I wonder how many years ago this was. Greg Oden was playing the piano while Justin Timberlake sang a funny song. I bet that was 20 years ago. So maybe you don't care who walked away with ESPY Awards. There were folks like Simone Biles and Suni Lee and the best athlete in all of sports, men's category, was Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Give me a break. Randy loves it.
Yep.
Hold on. I'm still going. Thank you. Whew.
The best record-breaking performance of the year was Alexander Ovechkin. The best team
Eagles.
of all teams.
Your team.
ESPN gave the ESPY to my Philadelphia Eagles. Just for the record, it is 21 days, 9 hours, 1 minute, and 9 seconds until Jalen Hurts' birthday.
You would have really liked Shane Gillis's his jokes about the Eagles, or I guess he started off by saying, I'm not going to make this all about the Eagles. And then he would say a sentence about a different team, and he'd be like, but they're not as great as the Eagles. Go Birds. He would have loved it.
Is he a Philadelphia guy?
I believe so, yeah.
Randy Shaver, the best college athlete award was given to Cooper Flagg.
Yep.
Best NFL player, Saquon Barkley. Is he really the best NFL player?
Well, he had an unbelievable season last year.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he did. And they gave his
over 2,000 yards, and he's
his little reverse, his backwards hurdle play.
Yes, that was insane.
That was given the award for best play of the year. Yeah. Show High, Leon Draisaitl, guys like that walked out of there with awards, and they had a lot of fun. They had a lot of laughs on the ESPYs. But speaking of laughs now, and ESPN, yesterday those folks announced 30 new sports will be making their ESPN The Ocho debut. Come a week and a half from now, something along those lines, July 31st.
It's the Las Vegas International Dodgeball Open here on ESPN 8, The Ocho. If it's almost a sport, we've got it here. Welcome to this year's Dodgeball Open, brought to you exclusively here on ESPN 8, The Ocho.
Okay, ESPN The Ocho. As they've been doing now for years, they pop up on a Thursday, and they run these out-of-the-ordinary events in sports for a good 3-4 days. So Thursday, July 31st through August 3rd. This is the 9th year. Oh, it feels like longer than that.
Yeah, it does.
That they've been running this gimmick. And I mentioned earlier, just off the top of my head, the two Ocho-type sports that I really took to in the last number of years. One was the slippery stairs. I really enjoy watching college kids fall ass over apple cart down a set of slippery stairs while Hooters girls dressed in bikinis soak them in lube. I do enjoy watching that sport.
Of course you do.
And then marble racing, I thought was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, strangely addicting.
Yeah. You pick out one marble and you'd follow it the whole way and go, oh, Christ, you're all the way back in 10th place. Oh, here he comes. He's moving up. Just like watching a car race, marble racing, a lot of fun. So here we go. Here are some of the notable sports making their Ocho debut in a couple weeks. Coffin Wars. And now, a lot of this I don't have an explanation for. But I'm guessing coffins on wheels racing down the street?
Oh, that's just brutal.
And someone can help me out?
No, Coffin Wars is a combat sport where two fighters compete to escape a coffin.
Oh my God.
There's a pro
crazy
league of coffin fighting.
Two guys are locked in a coffin and they fight each other until one of them emerges from the coffin?
It says each fighter takes a turn starting at the bottom of a grappling position and must escape the coffin to win the round. Yeah.
But they're two guys in a coffin.
Yep.
That swipes our idea. Josh and I wanted to go tandem in a coffin when it's all said and done.
This is sweet. I want to watch it.
It's kind of like car-jitsu.
Yeah,
there you go.
But even less elbow room. We were hoping to be buried together. Josh and I have written up some documents on that.
We can do that.
This is ridiculous.
Are they just gouging each other's eyeballs out in that coffin?
Yeah. The coffin is a little bit wider than a regular one, I believe. It looks like it is.
Now, this might be new to some people, but not an Iowegian. Randy, you've seen goat racing before, haven't you?
Yes, many different varieties of goat racing, too.
I often like to talk about a goat rodeo around here.
Yes.
Goat racing will be on the Ocho. I really like to believe I can catch some of that because that sounds like fun. Goats are hilarious.
They should use fainting goats.
Those are even more hilarious.
Take forever to get them to the finish line.
Did you have one, Ashley?
I had 3, yeah.
all 3 were fainting goats?
Yes, one sadly passed away, rest in peace, but...
It fainted and never woke up again?
Yeah, basically.
I used to go to a bar in Iowa called the Fainting Goat. The place ruled.
My grandma was from Iowa, and she had a fainting condition. She would faint anytime she got a little too excited. Like the 87 World Series, she fainted a few times.
Oh!
That's exactly why they faint. I would always feel really bad because sometimes they would escape their pen, and I would get home, and they knew they weren't supposed to be where they were, and so they'd get all excited and try to run back to their pen, and they would faint multiple times on the way there. And I'm like, it's okay.
That's awesome.
They would
Stop.
they'd get all stiff-legged and just tip over.
Oh, I always just felt so guilty, poor guy. But they say it doesn't hurt them at all.
How many times did you have to leave work, like immediately after the show, to wrangle those things?
Often. That would be so great. I would get a
phone call.
I would get or a notification on Facebook, and someone would be like, whose goats are these? I'm like, yeah, they're mine.
And you're
All right.
racing out of here to go get those things back in the pen or wherever you kept them.
I gotta go get my goats. They're halfway down the street.
Have you seen my goats?
Oh, that was fun though. That was a fun time.
It was good comedy for us watching you run out there.
What's the word again, Josh, for people who fall asleep out of nowhere?
Narcolepsy.
Narcolepsy. Unconscious animals are fun. And whenever we end up having a conversation about unconscious animals, I always recommend you go to YouTube and find that old video of the narcoleptic dachshund.
Oh, I love that video.
My friend's grandma had it, and she would fall asleep standing up against a wall. She just kind of be standing there. And I thought she was joking around the first time.
My dad had a version of that.
Yeah,
he could instantly go to sleep. It was actually frightening because he was a smoker.
Yeah,
and so you had to keep an eye on him once he got home from work and kind of relaxed in the chair. And
you didn't want that Marlboro Red to burn the house down.
That's right, exactly. Yeah,
Ernie,
poor dog.
What's his name? Ernie, the narcoleptic dachshund. He just happily runs through a field and then he collapses and.
Rusty is his name.
He takes a nap. All right, what else is the Ocho going to cover? Bubble gum blowing competitions. Bubble blowing, with your bubble gum.
I do pretty good at that, I think.
T-Rex World Championship races. I believe these are people of all ages pouring themselves into those inflatable dinosaur costumes and running in a foot race against each other.
Dana, you should join.
Yeah, I've got one.
Now, I think that's what that is. I don't know for sure. They'll show a Savannah Bananas game on the Ocho when this kicks in at the end of the month. They'll cut loose with I'm not trying to be a dick here, but I'm so beyond this. And that sounded arrogant. That's not the right word. I just have never taken much of an interest in this, and I'm kind of shocked that they still put it on television. But they're going to go ahead with the Cornhole Championship tournament.
That gets old real fast.
Immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's crazy how big that is now, though. Like
Ultimate
big money and
yeah, they do make monies. Ultimate Frisbee, kickball, paintball.
Oh, cool. I'd love to watch that.
The Papa Shot National Championship.
Oh, Nick.
How do you qualify for that?
I don't know.
That's right up your alley.
Dude, I watched some of this a couple months ago. I don't know how. It must have been 3 o'clock in the morning. Someone televised the Papa Shot tournament. I could beat these sumbitches. I could beat them. Now, here's everything else.
Speaking of Papa Shot, have you ever seen the older guy, little guy? There's a lot of viral videos of him. He uses 2 hands.
Yeah.
Left, right. That guy's incredible.
Yeah.
How quick he's so accurate.
I could beat him. Here's everything else, because like I said, there's 30 new sports debuting on the Ocho. And not everything. I don't have an explanation for some of them. So, flu tag, I've heard of that. What's that again? Flu tag? No, flug tag, Flugtag, the Red Bull flug
Never heard
tag.
of it.
Oh, it's where you build like an airplane and you ride it off the big thing and see how far it'll fly.
Yeah, you ride it
off a ramp or something.
Yeah. Some people, like the one that came up when I Googled it, it looks like it's a unicorn.
Okay, that's right. You fly it off a dock into the water. You see how far you can.
Fun.
Pop darts. I don't know what pop darts are. Streamer games. Unfamiliar. Extreme archery. Are we talking apples on top of the heads and whatnot?
Man, I'd like to think so, but I don't know if they can get away with that.
No.
Are you talking about the old circus gimmick where the lady gets pinned to a wheel and she spins in a circle?
It says that extreme archery is a unique sport that combines elements of dodgeball or other combat-type games. So they aim at each other.
Wow. Someone's going to take an arrow to the calf.
That is sweet. No, they've got, like, really dorky-looking helmets on.
Pro roller hockey. I'm sorry, yes?
Is that roller derby?
No, roller hockey.
Okay.
Like you're rolling around on rollerblades, which I tried once, and I was excellent at it.
We used to play that in school. That was a lot of fun.
Soap hockey. Now, do they use a bar of soap instead of a puck? Someone has to help me out with that one.
How are you at tonsil hockey? Have you played that in a while?
I had skills. I think I had skills. Help me out when you holler at me when you find out what soap hockey is. Donk toss. I also don't D-O-N-K. I don't know what it means to do a donk toss.
Soap hockey sounds awesome. It's ball hockey played on a slippery plastic surface covered in soap.
It looks pretty funny.
Oh, yeah, it does.
If you like falls, there's plenty of them.
And you're wearing your tennis shoes.
Looks like they're barefoot.
Barefoot. Oh, my God.
It's like you're combining hockey and slippery stairs.
I would wipe out so hard. How many concussions?
You slip into, they're wearing helmets?
No.
Good. Bubble ball. Again, donk toss, if anyone has the time to look it up. Diving chess. You sink to the bottom of the ocean and play someone in a game of chess. Freestyle chess. I don't know what that means. And how do you say this again, Josh? The guys down in Florida, they throw the thing with the big hook thing. Jai alai.
Oh, I don't know if I've heard of that.
I think I have the right one. Randy Shaver. What's that called?
I know what you're talking about. Highlight, I think.
Highlight. That's it. Yeah.
Familiar.
Highlight. Yeah, they throw these balls at each other. They big hooks. They dress silly. Outhouse races, paddle ping pong, stone tossing, bottle frisbee, mail boat jumping, polo on a bicycle, and a blimp race.
I forgot to ask. It went by kind of quick, but marble racing. I haven't seen that. I mean, is it just racing a marble down a track? Is that all it is?
They build these elaborate tracks.
Tracks, yeah.
That starts at the top of a hill in the sand, usually, so they can easily carve a track.
Well, I love that kind of thing.
And it goes on forever. And they drop a marble or a series of marbles, and the camera, I don't know how the camera people do this. They follow it closely like an overhead shot of an auto race track. And they just swing around up and down and turns, and it's just, you got to see it.
Yeah, I'm going to Google that.
These camera guys deserve awards for being able to follow and focus. It's really, like Dana said, addicting.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of mesmerizing.
How would your dad do in Marlboro racing? Did he get to the bottom of a pack pretty quick?
Oh, he could burn them, man. He could burn them.
Was your dad like mine where he would light his cigarette to the next cigarette?
It was constant.
Yeah.
Constant.
Same thing.
Mail jumping sounds pretty cool.
Okay, what is mail boat jumping?
Well, so it's a type of mail delivery, of course, where you arrive by boat and you jump on the dock, and then you put the mail in the mailbox, and then you run back to the boat as fast as you can.
Maybe something, Randy Shaver, maybe something that originated in, like, the bayou. I'm serious.
Yeah.
That would make sense. Yeah, and so, like, the boat is still going.
Yeah.
So you don't have to, take the extra time. So I imagine they just try and see who can do it the fastest.
Down on the bayou, Randy, there are a lot of folks down there who only can get town to town by boat.
Yeah.
Because they live on the, now I want to play some Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about the
Live
bayou.
on the Delta down there.
Oh, it says that mail jumping is a unique method of mail delivery that has been employed on Geneva Lake in Wisconsin.
I've seen that before.
Wisconsin.
It's hilarious.
Lake Geneva's beautiful.
Wisconsin.
Everybody's mailbox is on their dock, and so the kids run, and put the mail in the post into the mailbox and run back and get back on the boat before the boat doesn't stop.
Cool.
So you have to jump off, run, put the mail in, run back to the boat before. So otherwise, if it goes, if you miss it, you're screwed. You're stuck.
Yeah. Have you seen anybody falling in? You said you've watched that?
I've seen it a couple of times. I didn't see anybody fall in, but pretty close.
Well, I hate to give Wisconsin any credit, but they deserve credit for coming up with that. That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Wow, marble racing is cool.
Is that fun, Josh?
So the ones I'm watching, they make their elaborate setups have like cities and towns and things like that. Is that different than what the ones they have at the Ocho?
I don't know. I'm sure you'll see something similar on the Ocho.
Kind of like if you picture somebody who has an elaborate train set.
Yeah.
A situation like that.
The ones I've seen were just in the middle, on a beach or in the woods or something. So, I mean, can you even imagine how long it takes to set something like that up?
No.
For what? A 5-minute marble race? It's impressive. So there you go. That's what's coming up on the by God show. The Minnesota Lynx are heading into the All-Star break, Randy Shaver.
And they're playing well, as usual.
With the best record in the NBA, and they're 12-0 at home going into the All-Star break. So, WNBA All-Star game this weekend. WNBA star Angel Reese and another WNBA player trying like hell to play at Angel Reese's level, Caitlin Clark,
oh my gosh,
are both injured going into the WNBA All-Star weekend, and people are concerned that this is going to send their ratings into the toilet. Oh my God, it's a terrible thing.
Jeez.
That's what people are saying.
Yeah, it does suck because a lot of people say that Caitlin Clark came back too early, and that's why. Her groin.
Caitlin Clark has a groin injury.
Toes take forever to
do it, Randy.
Just like Sam Malone.
Yes.
Groin injury.
Angel Reese has a leg injury. Leg injury. At the WNBA All-Star game this weekend, there will be 4 circles on the court where if you make a basket from those circles, they will count, is how I should have said that, as 4 points.
Oh, my God, that's hilarious.
That's awesome. It's like NBA Jam back in the day with the hot spots.
Yeah.
The 4-point zones are located 28 feet from the basket. How do you think you do from 4-point range, Randy? 28 feet from the...
Probably not very well.
Nothing but buckets, baby.
But that's Caitlin Clark range for sure.
That's what she kind of does. She launches up those
you know what? I like that. That's kind of that's a nice little twist. It makes it a little bit more. I mean, it's already going to be interesting to watch because these players are so fantastic. But you add those little. I mean, it's still basketball, right? And it's an exhibition game, so you could add these kind of things and have fun with it. You know what? The NBA should think about something like that too. That would be kind of fun.
I thought they did do something like that.
Did they?
I
don't remember them doing that.
Now, the NBA All-Star game, unwatchable garbage. We all know that. But this rings a bell. Like a couple years ago, they did something wacky at the NBA. Maybe it was just during the skills competition.
Yeah,
or
I think
something.
during skills. Yeah.
All right. By the way, we were talking about a new sport you can see on ESPN, the Ocho, in a couple of weeks called soap hockey, where they soap up a surface, a floor, and you try to play hockey in your bare feet while falling and cracking your tailbone and knocking yourself unconscious. A listener texted in to say, with the state of my feet, maybe I should try playing some soap hockey.
You're going to rip right through that tarp.
A listener did text in and say that I hope they cut their toenails.
Do you think my toenails, Josh, would just cut right through the...
Yeah,
use them as weapons. Go for people's heels.
Oh, cut the Achilles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Anybody want to say the line from Caddyshack about the Achilles? Go ahead. It's all you. Nothing?
It's been years.
He'll quit the game. A very funny meme was sent to me by a listener also. I want to give him credit. Although I don't have the name in front of me, you know who you are. You know how these days there are so many different versions of these NBA 2K video games. They've got a Legends edition. They've got a WNBA edition. They've got a... So this listener sent a funny picture of the NBA 2K26 video game. The cover the cover of the G League edition. And on the cover is a doctored photo of Bronny James about to literally shoot a brick. He's standing at the free throw line preparing to shoot, and resting in his hand is a brick.
That's funny.
That is funny.
I like that.
Suppose you got to see it.
I like all Bronny James related humor.
Yeah, me too. Because, why? Because he's a joke.
Yeah.
You knew this was coming yesterday, Randy Shaver. I read this headline. I can't even say it without laughing because it would upset me so much if it really happened. Should Major League Baseball adopt a regular season swing-off tiebreaker like we saw?
No. What?
Absolutely 100% not, and don't you dare bring it up again.
That is such a joke.
It seems like something that Manfred son would be in for, though.
No.
Look.
Don't do that.
They're already using ghost runners in the extra innings.
Yeah, exactly.
That's embarrassing enough as it is.
Yeah, that's...
Imagine the World Series coming down to a swing off.
That'd be ridiculous.
If you are so interested in speeding the game up so that, people aren't there for a long period of time, why would you add something extra like that when it's not necessary? It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I'll say the same thing that I say about the NHL and their silly high school breakaway contest shootout crap that they've been doing for years. I'll say the same thing. A baseball game should be won by playing baseball. It's already bad enough that we have a runner on second.
So stupid. I'm so sick of them changing the game.
And you know who friggin' hates that more than anybody? Friggin' managers. You can tell by I've seen Rocco's face before when that runner from second scores.
Yes.
And he just looks like he wants to choke somebody because it's so dumb. Your 10th inning, your reliever gives up one hit, and it means you lose the ball game.
Right.
Because you've got a runner on second. Again with this is also frustrating. Ketel Marte of the Arizona Diamondbacks, who played in the All-Star game a couple nights ago. His house was broken into while he was playing in the All-Star game. We gotta start putting these.
Something has to happen to stop that kind of stuff. That's crazy.
Turrets. Got to get turrets.
Some 50 cals up there.
Yeah.
It's just such a friggin' shame that we've got so many low-life piles of garbage. He's playing in the All-Star game. He's having the time of his life. And derelicts have to kick in his friggin' door because they know he's not home, and they stole his jewelry and they stole his this and that. Nobody was home at the time. Police are investigating. I want to puke.
Oh, wow. The Twins just announced that they now have a jersey sponsor. They're going to have a patch on their shoulder, Securian Financial.
I got to be honest with you. I thought they already had a sponsor on there.
Most teams have that kind of stuff.
Phil Miller says that now that the Twins have one, there's only 2 teams in baseball now without one. The Twins didn't have one before.
Now, of course,
Manfred Jensen.
Of course, when that trend first started in professional sports a few years ago, I was upset about it for about a day or two, and then I don't really care.
Yeah, I remember being irritated by that, but now I don't notice.
I don't even care. What I have for you right here, Randy Shaver, is quite an interesting sports fact. I'd be impressed if you knew this. Again, back to the Big League All-Star game from a couple nights ago. They reenacted, since they were in Atlanta, they reenacted Hank Aaron's 700.
It was odd. Nick, did you watch this?
I did.
Oh.
I thought it was...
Wasn't that well done?
It was.
Oh, my God.
It was.
I mean, really, that...
It was touching.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before, as perfect as that. I mean, I don't know how else you could do it any better than that. It was tremendous.
It was beautiful. And then they turned the camera to his widow, and she was touched by the crowd's reaction. I mean, how many years ago was that now? 50 years ago?
70-something, right?
74, 70.
Yeah, something
somewhere
like that.
in there.
Yeah.
So they reenacted Hank Aaron's legendary 755th career home run. Now, here's the random sports fact that I'm drawn to stuff like this. A pitcher by the name of Mike Basic pitched against Hank Aaron in that game. He was not the one who gave up the home run. That was a guy named Downey.
Al Downey.
Okay? But this Mike Basic pitched in that game against Hank Aaron and the Braves. 31 years later, his son, Mike Basic Jr., threw the pitch where Barry Bonds broke Hank Aaron's record.
Whoa. No way.
That's what I have in front of me.
I've never heard. How do you spell the guy's last name?
Basik.
Huh. That's crazy.
I'd never heard that before, and that is crazy. Is that legitimate? So you're looking it up? Usually we can hear everything Randy's doing with his computer.
Well, I'm not looking it up. No. I mean, I'm just trying to think. I mean, so he pitched against Aaron, didn't give up a home run, obviously.
Right.
But the son pitches against Bonds and gives up the home run that passes Aaron. That's insane.
Can someone look up Barry Bonds' 756th home run and make sure this is legit and not a joke?
Yeah, I got it on Wikipedia.
Word.
And so that's totally legit.
Mm-hmm. Man,
that's crazy.
1976 for the Hank Aaron.
76.
Yep. Fulton County Stadium.
You know what Kiss record came out that year? Well, a couple of them. Destroyer, Rock and Roll Over. Anyway. The NHL released their upcoming season schedule. Not that we need to care about it at all on July 17th. But due to their new collective bargaining agreement, after this season, they are adding 2 more games to the schedule. They're going from 82 to 84. I guess they need to make some more money. You got anything to say about that, Randy Shaver? They're altering 2 more games on the...
No, I mean, just,
Right. When is enough going to be enough?
It is. It's almost really exhausting. I just wish they'd leave these things alone.
Yeah.
Because they're not. There's nothing wrong with what's going on with the.
Right.
I mean, we are where we are for the lengths of seasons, and we've been there for a long time. Let's just leave it alone.
Yeah, basketball will add more games soon enough. What, the NFL talks every other week about a 20-game schedule and this and
that's just ridiculous.
Play the Super Bowl on Easter Sunday. It's just...
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
When will enough be enough? Now, here's something fun to look forward to this upcoming hockey season. According to Greg Wyshynski of ESPN, he predicted that if the Pittsburgh Penguins get off to a slow start, 20-year veteran all-timer Sidney Crosby will be traded. 20-year veteran all-timer Sidney Crosby will be traded.
The thing I'm hung up on is that he's been in the league 20 years.
I know what you mean.
That just aged me big time. Just thinking about getting my affairs in order after hearing that.
Yeah, you're on your way out. It's crazy to think that Sid Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, and Chris Letang are still on the Penguins roster. Well, those guys are 50. Every one of them is 50 or older at this point. So the vibe is, unless they take off and have a great start to the season, the club at one point has to say, okay, enough is enough. We're going to hit the reset button. They say teams like the Montreal Canadiens and Colorado Avalanche could say make sense for Crosby as a trade destination. I don't know why, but I just thought I'd put a little something in the heads of the Man Bear Pigs fans out there. Maybe he gets traded to Minnesota.
Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something?
If you thought people were jacking it when Suter and Parisi came to town, wait to see how hard they're jacking it if Sid the Kid comes to. Former Vikings defensive lineman Everson Griffin was removed. He was removed from an airplane yesterday after he allegedly caused a mid-flight disturbance. They took off. He was on a Delta airplane. Delta women think that. He was headed for town here from Chicago when he was accused of creating a scene on the airplane that had to spin right around and landed. I don't know what he did.
Yeah, I haven't seen what they said.
Get it together.
Boy, he needs some help, man.
He hasn't gotten any help.
I don't know. If he has, he needs more.
He needs more help.
Well, he's been in so much legal trouble with, I think DUI issues and some other things that
drugs,
guns.
Yeah. I mean,
he's covered it all, huh?
Remember the video he released where he thought people were coming to get him?
Yeah, he's spoken. He's spoken about his mental situation in the past, and it seems to me like he has been getting help for all that, but it's sad.
Troubling.
It is sad.
Troubling. Okay, yeah. I am Groot Jesus. I love that you're asking this question. We were talking about how when is enough going to be enough for the big four professional leagues. They keep extending the season, and now you know how last year only 24 of the 30 teams made the playoffs? Well, now we're going to go to 26 of the 30 teams make the playoffs, and every round is 7 games, and there's 6 days between games. When is enough going to be enough? So I am Groot Jesus is asking, how many games do you think would be ideal for each of the 4 major leagues? Okay, I'll start with hockey and basketball are the easy ones, 50 games. 50 games in the regular season for hockey and basketball.
When they've had those lockout shortened 50-game seasons, I've kind of enjoyed them.
I've enjoyed them too.
Would you want less games a week or just less months?
Yeah,
less months of the season. 50 games for hockey and basketball. Put a friggin' lid on it, and it should be 5-game series until the final.
I would say, I mean, I don't know if I would mess so much with the regular season schedules, but I would take the playoffs and condense the hell out of it.
Right.
You know,
I'm cool with that too.
I think that's what drives me insane is these 7-game series in the NBA.
Yeah.
For 4 different, the first round, the second. I mean, come on.
Right. 3-game series, 5-game series.
Play the best of 3. Play the best. Make them feel like the NFL playoff games. Like, this is like, I mean, that's what you're trying to get is that feeling of, desperation from these teams.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
To me, if you did that, it would heighten the expectations and the excitement of that a lot more than these 7-game series.
An opening round series in the NBA. It's Atlanta taking on Washington. No one gives 2 pumps about Atlanta or Washington. But if it's a 3-game series, you might go, damn.
Yeah.
This is an opening round NHL series. Buffalo against Carolina. 7 games. That's not going to hold me. 3 games. Yeah. Look at it this way.
Just one. How about just one?
Fine.
Just play
Sudden
the
death.
one.
What's more fun to watch? A foot race or a marathon?
Foot race.
Yeah. It's so simple. But these things will never happen, of course, because of money.
Because of television.
Okay, ideal schedule for Major League Baseball, I'd say 100 games. Ideal schedule for football? I had no problem when I was a kid when it was 14 games. But go back to, let's say we could change things. Football, go back to 16 games. Major League Baseball, I don't like messing with baseball. But if I had to, I would say 100 games.
No, I wouldn't touch the regular seasons for all the sports right now.
Okay, you're just going playoffs.
They are what they are. It's the postseason that drags, and just I think
it all drags.
The grind just is too much.
Yeah, I get it. But we've given you an answer. I am Groot Jesus. I hope you're satisfied with that. All of it needs to be abbreviated. All of it.
Yeah.
Finally, before we go, Karen Rodgers hasn't even played a game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Steelers fans already hate him. The local newspaper over there, the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, wrote up something where fans are buying a lot of his jersey shirts. You know the jersey shirt?
Yes, right. Yep.
Okay. They're buying up a lot of his jersey shirts ahead of the season, but they're not doing it out of love. A fellow by the name of Daniel, he works at a T-shirt shop in Pittsburgh. He told the newspaper, people are coming into the store and buying a Rodgers T-shirt, and then they say, I just want this shirt so I can burn it. So fans, they're not buying his replica jerseys.
They're holding on to it for the perfect moment to burn it.
Yes. They're not buying his jerseys because those go for $120 or so. They're buying the cheaper T-shirt option so they won't feel bad burning it or wiping their asses with it, whatever, when certain and obvious disaster strikes once the football season begins. That's funny.
I wonder what the wager line is on how soon that might happen. Will it be week 1 when he throws 4 interceptions and they lose by?
In 2009, when Favre came here, my girlfriend at the time was a huge Packer fan, and I got to help her burn a Favre jersey in the back alley. That was kind of fun. I enjoyed myself. It was a fun day.
You burned a jersey?
Nice little bonding opportunity, you know?
I don't think I ever burned a jersey.
No, I would never. I mean, I spent money on it. It seems dumb. I'll give it to somebody else.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I ever have. I've certainly been mad enough at certain players to burn a jersey, but I don't know. I never went through with it.
People walking their dog by looking at us like, what the hell? You guys starting committing arson over there?
Like, maybe it's cool.
A Favre jersey. It's cool.
Maybe it's cool if you don't post it, but I don't like this because I know it's just because they're going to post about it and be like, look at me. I'm so edgy and different. Cool.
Well, now
you
it's
just
all
wasted
about
$30.
Now it's all about death threats.
Oh, right.
That's what people do now.
Right. You don't just anonymously burn a jersey.
That's the olden time.
In your driveway. Now you directly contact the players on social media and threaten their families.
Yeah, then you go and rob their house.
Yesterday, Josh.
Yeah. No. We got to express our displeasure about fantasy football in the most horrible way. Let's do that.
I know a lot of the videos on social media are fake, but I still do enjoy watching the video of the guy who's mad at the playoff game and he throws a rock through his big screen television. Yeah. Now, I know a lot of them are fake, but I got to give them credit. A lot of them are pretty good actors.
Yeah.
Pretty good actors. The guy, he's just drunk off his ass, and they miss a late second field goal, and he throws his his bowl of popcorn through the big screen, and everyone's just screaming.
Yeah,
and
some
crying.
of those are fun, right? Where they're pointing a camera at Grandpa and he's going nuts. But you do wonder, is it legit?
Mm-hmm.
There's that a relatively famous woman here that does that, right? Isn't there? I thought.
Oh, yeah, I've seen videos of her.
Yeah, the
Vikings
fan.
Mm-hmm.
That I think she's very popular. Some of her videos.
And hers seemed very authentic because I don't think she realized she's being filmed. It's more of like her kids kind of just like holding the camera up to their side, a little bit.
Yeah, those looked real to me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man, she could string together some cuss words going back to our first segment.
She gets frustrated, for sure.
I've raged at my television a few times. Oh, God, Timberwolves seasons.
You just mentioned that this year.
I'm a mess.
Your wife had to talk to you about it.
I'm an animal. I act like a wild animal during Timberwolves games, and my wife has had to say, please. Because she says, even when they win, you walk away looking disgusted. Which is true, because I dwell on something they did in the first quarter. They end up winning by 20, but I'm dwelling on a mistake they made in the first quarter. I'm nuts.
It sounds like how you used to describe yourself as a Vikings fan.
Yeah, when I was a Viking fan when I was a young person. Oh, my God.
But you said that would let you ruin... Well, I suppose there's only one game a week, but you said it would let you... It would ruin your entire week.
It would.
Let it go.
When I was a teenage kid, pretty much through my 20s, if the Vikings effed the dog on Sunday, it would ruin my entire week. I allowed myself to be that person.
Yeah.
Jackie, thank you, brother and sisterhood. Jackie is the woman I was referring to, the Vikings fan who has a lot of those popular videos.
The one time, this was the infamous 98 title game where the offensive line blew it, causing Gary Anderson to miss that field goal. It was all it was. I won't back down on this. It was the right tackle who blew that game for the Vikings, not Gary Anderson. I was at the old Billy's Lighthouse in Long Lake when that happened, and I stood up and I threw my hat, and my hat kind of whipped around like what do you call that thing we used to throw at each other?
Boomerang?
Yes. It kind of boomeranged around the bar, went into the kitchen, and hit the cook.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Jeez, dude.
And he was like stirring a pot of chili, and he looked at me as if to say, why are you my problem suddenly?
Why me?
I hit the cook with my hat.
Oh, man.
All right, Randy, we got to go. Thank you. Tomorrow's our final. We're looking forward to it.
All right, sounds good.
Thanks, bruh.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
Hey, podcast pals. It's Dana from the Half-Assed Morning Show. As always, we appreciate you checking on the podcast, and it's all brought to you by our friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. The July heat means it's officially swass and crotch soup season. Gross! It also means our AC units are being put to the test. I recently went through an issue myself, and I was so happy to have my friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning in my corner. They gave me real options, didn't make me feel like a dummy for not knowing a single thing about HVAC systems, and let me choose what worked best for my home and my budget. No pressure, just comfort my way. Enjoy the show, thanks for listening, and stay cool this summer with Standard.
This episode brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Shifting a little money here, a little there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can get a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll help find you options within your budget. Try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states. Mic Drop. Hosted by former Navy SEAL Mike Ritlin. It's raw.
Any single time that you left the wire, you could lose 4 guys.
It's unfiltered.
That's the most horrible screaming I'd ever heard. Taking a hit on the chin, you want to pay it back?
It's tough talk from the top minds in their field.
Would I choose to not do our duty as military fighting men? No, I would not make that decision, without question.
Mic Drop. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
The Half-Assed Morning Show.
Minnesota's 93X.
I can't believe it. I absolutely can't believe that this is really happening. Welcome back, skis, to, what do we call it? The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. Thank you, folks, for sticking around. It is 8:32. We're nearing the end of our work week. Answer me this. Not only the three of you bastards, but our wondrous listeners, answer me this. And you can answer it at 651-989-9393 if you are one of our wonderful listeners. The question is, would you leave your partner for $1 million? This is part of a recent poll that's been going this way, that way. Americans everywhere are answering this question. Would you leave your partner for $1 million?
What I'm picturing right now is a couple carpooling to work.
Oh.
Side-eyeing each other at this very moment.
Nervous tension.
Answer the question, Jake.
Oh, I wonder what they're talking about in KDWB right now, babe.
Who wants to answer first? Would you leave your partner for $1 million?
No.
You don't want to elaborate on that at all? Just simply no?
It's just, well, I guess it goes back to, like, money truly doesn't buy complete happiness.
It helps.
It definitely helps.
But I understand.
Do you have a number in mind, Ashley?
No.
I do. 5.
5 mil?
Yeah. I'm not leaving my wife for $1 million. I like her quite a bit. But for $5 million, I'm out. And you know what? Trust me, she would tell me I was stupid if I didn't.
What'd it do Jesus would leave his wife for pocket lint?
Oh.
Jeez,
Sounds like you might need to sit down and talk to somebody.
Somebody else said, nah, that's only like $500K after taxes.
Did the math on it.
The thing is like one of the reasons why it would be cool to like win the lottery or something like that would be that we could spend that money together to do things that we always dreamed about doing.
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
One of the things that, like, if I won the lottery...
But you're not going to win the lottery.
Yeah, but that I would, like, look forward to doing would be spending the money with him. Like, buying and doing things that we always wanted to do or talked about. And when I don't have him anymore, that would suck. I'd be like, oh, well...
So there's no number that changes that point of view?
No.
This person, or the question again is, would you leave your partner for $1 million?
Yeah.
This person, I wish I had a name because this is great. You know, $1 million seems kind of expensive, but yeah, I guess I'd spend that much.
Wow, I like that.
Dana's whipped. You're one of the most easily whipped people I've ever met.
Oh, really? Okay.
You're not leaving her for $1 million.
No, I don't think so.
But is there a number?
Yeah, I think it'd be around you, around $5 million.
5?
Mm-hmm. I bet she'd leave me for $1 million, though.
Yeah.
So?
I wonder
think
what
my wife, if I was choking at a restaurant, she'd stop anyone from giving me the Heimlich. I think that's where we're at right now.
Are you effing kidding me? She worships the ground you walk on. I wonder if my wife would leave me for $1 million. I wouldn't blame her if she did.
I don't think so.
I mean, I'm something. There's no doubt about that. I'm something. But I don't. $1 million isn't as much as it used to be, too.
Exactly.
I think this should be 5. 5 makes it a more difficult question to answer. I think, Josh. What do you think?
$5 million?
5.
No, I mean, my wife. There's kids involved too. I don't think so. I mean, how much?
That's what I was thinking,
Kids
Josh.
involved?
I
I
think
don't know
that's
what
changed.
I don't even
for
know
me.
what I'd do with $5 million.
There's a kid involved. The others are grown. You can't count them.
Well, they'd choose her though. I mean, I'd lose them too.
So is it? You got a number, Josh?
No.
5.
No, I mean, I know I'm going to get made fun of here, and I feel like a douchebag. But I don't think so. Why would I want to? What am I going to do with all that money?
What are you going to do with all that?
Versus
Anyway,
what I got.
43%, did I say that? 43% of Americans said they would leave their partner for $1 million. They would. Now, maybe they answered that way because they're in a relationship that's growing apart. Maybe.
It kind of makes me sad.
This is the more possible answer. Our values are in the garbage can.
All right.
So there you go.
The person who pointed out astutely that, $1 million, that's $500,000 after taxes. They got back about the $5 million.
Yes.
$5 million.
5.
Said, yeah, but that's still like $2.5 million after taxes, and then inflation. You got to take into account inflation.
Yeah.
Man.
Fun size, Shiza says that the thought of needing to date again after 15 years is not appealing.
Well, who says you got to date again?
You're just going to be lonely forever?
You got $1 million. You can have all the action you want.
Yeah, but that's not companionship.
You can kill loneliness.
That's empty.
You can kill loneliness without going dating.
Have you ever heard of a Thai hooker? Come on.
Jeez Louise. What is this, 1953?
It's funny she says that, though. There's a movie called Drop. It's on streaming now. We watched that. And one of the things I thought about was just how miserable that would be to have to start dating again. I don't know if I could do something like that.
Oh, it's bad. It's bad out there.
All right,
Huge sack, Jesus says, you know what? And then if you leave them, you got to give them half the $1 million anyways.
That is...
That didn't factor in.
That is a thing.
I love the practicality.
Yeah, the practicality is on display, no question, this morning. I suppose if you signed certain documents, maybe you do have to give. Okay, so now we move on now to really big money. Really big money. We're not talking about $1 million. We're not talking about $5 million. Continuing on with this report on how twisted we are. 40% of Americans said they'd accept $33 million if it meant financially ruining somebody else.
Jeez.
So you get $33 million even though you know it's going to destroy someone else. We are very selfish now. Oh, we selfish
Such
in the
a
last
me society.
10, 15 years.
Can you choose who it is?
Doesn't say anything along those lines. Just 40% of Americans say they'd accept $33 million even if it meant financially ruining someone else.
And that's a great question, Ash. I didn't even consider that. I was assuming you got to pick the target.
Yeah, if it was a terrible human being, did awful things, no regrets. But
I'm trying
just
to
some poor mom with 3 kids trying to survive and
That's a
ruin
nice
her
small
life.
business owner who runs a hardware store down the street, Ash.
Yeah,
That's who you're ruining.
Just got diagnosed with cancer or something like that.
Well,
No, can't do that.
There's some verbiage here that I don't understand, and maybe this does touch on what you just brought up, Ashley. Josh, help me, because I don't understand this statement. It says here, 46% of Americans... Okay, first off, some of us would accept $33 million even if it meant financially ruining someone else. Some of us would consider it depending on who gets destroyed in the process. What are they saying there?
Yeah, so
basically what I said.
Are they saying they'd take the money if they can pick who is destroyed?
Or if they know, right? So they can determine, like, I don't want to destroy that person, or...
Okay.
Yeah, either way. I think it would mean both. Because they also, in the study, they mentioned, enemies, right? Like 54% of people would reject the $1 million if their parents got control of the money. And
their parents got control of the money.
Yeah, so if it's like, we'll give you $1 million to leave your significant other, but your folks are in charge of where that money goes.
Well, that will be terrible.
38% would pause that deal if accepting the money meant their enemy would also profit.
Oh, I wouldn't care.
That's an interesting twist.
Yeah, if someone were going to give me $1 million for something, go ahead.
Yeah, give another $1 million to anybody else.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Even if it's someone that is just a piece of garbage, you hate their effing guts. You don't care as long as you have your money. You don't care that they're also happy.
And I'm picturing it has to be someone in my life, not like some terrible terrorist or something like that.
Yeah,
it's obviously different.
No, I never.
It's like a coworker that rubs you the wrong way or something like that.
I never saw this Squid Game television show. Was it a television show or was it a movie?
Television show.
It says here, 46% of people would enter a real-life version of the Squid Game for a chance at $33 million, despite the game's 99.8% death rate.
Yeah, that's just... I can't believe half of people would go play Squid Game.
Yeah, they're lying. They don't understand what that would actually entail.
We love money. I mean, we just love money. For some people, it's all they ever think about. It's all they ever talk about. It's all they ever dream about. So I'm not surprised that there are some of us who would walk into almost certain death just for the slight chance of having all the money they could ever imagine. A good amount of us would embarrass ourselves on live TV for just $1 million. Some of us would embarrass ourselves on live TV for just $5,000 or $500.
Yeah, I mean, depending on what embarrassing entails, I mean, yeah, I'd go ahead and do that for sure.
For $1 million, you'd embarrass yourself on live television.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would do that.
And we can decide how you embarrass yourself?
Oh, yeah. What would you guys make me do?
Well, it would be terrible, trust me. You would never come back from it.
Yeah, but would you be able to handle that mentally?
Yeah, right.
So you would just get lit up on social media for, months, years. Nobody would let it go.
Yeah.
Anytime you do anything, they're bringing it back, calling you the worst names you could ever imagine. I don't think I could
meant
deal
like
with
on
that.
live TV, like have my pants fall over and I trip over them or something.
Well, like I just said, we get to decide the embarrassment, and you said, yes, okay, we're going to have you eat a plate of our feces on live television. Does that $1 million sound attractive now? Everywhere you go, you're the eater.
Yeah, not anymore.
Right. Some of us would give up sex entirely for $1 million. Some of us would give up technology. I'll say it properly. Trust me, it's just not in my regular vocabulary. Some of us would give up technology and live off the grid for $1 million.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Take them off the effing grid. What movie was that?
Not sure.
It was Nick Nolte who said it, and it's the movie where they pretend they're in Vietnam, but they're actors. Tropic Thunder.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh, that would actually be so great. Please give me money to just disappear into like the boundary waters for the rest of my life.
Yeah, a lot of folks were cool with that. Some of us would frame a friend for a crime they didn't commit for $1 million. See, that's something I would do for $33 million, and not for $1 million. $1 million is not that much money anymore. I mean, it is, but it isn't.
Gosh.
$33 million? I'd frame any one of you suckers for a crime.
Depends on the crime.
What if it was really bad, Nick?
I'd make sure it wasn't that bad. I'd make sure you wouldn't get it as bad as Dana, who's walking around town as the guy who ate a plate of our feces on. It wouldn't be that bad, but it would be enough to earn me my money.
Like, are we doing jail time?
Yeah, you're doing some time.
Oh no.
Jail or are we going to prison?
You're going to prison for a while.
Prison?
It wouldn't be that bad.
Would you at least get us a good lawyer?
Ryan Pasiga.
Would you come and visit?
One of the best lawyers.
I would come and see you and taunt you
Oh, no.
with my new girlfriend, Beyonce.
You just got like bling all over.
Yeah, he's wearing Versace or something.
Me and Beyonce would come see you guys once in a while. Now, here we go. Back to being off the grid. I love that line when Nick Nolte says that in the movie. He says it so Nick Nolte-like. It's just all gravel. Take them off the effing grid. Okay. Speaking of the grid, you know that $1 million? 21% of Americans would pass on that $1 million. Here's $1 million for you. They'd say no thanks if it meant they'd lose access to social media.
That would not be a problem for me whatsoever.
I'm surprised that number's not higher. Of people that would say no thanks to $1 million if it meant giving up their social media.
Really?
So sad.
You got to consider the young people. It's their very existence.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think a lot of young people would pass up on that $1 million.
Oh.
Boy, I sure hope not.
So you're surprised the percentage of people who would do it isn't higher?
Yes.
Yes, exactly. We're in agreement. So there you go. Oh, someone just texted in and is asking a question. So what's the code word to text in to watch you guys eat your own feces on live television? It's not a contest. It's just an idea. We're working on a new idea around here. Oh, by damn, we were talking big money around here for a little while. Talking about leaving your wife or your husband for $1 million. 43% of Americans would do it. A couple of great text messages came in. Well, quite a few. But two here in front of me included a couple of great old sayings. Here's a listener who texted in on whether or not they'd take that $1 million to leave their wife. And he said, hey, let me put it this way. You ever seen anyone frowning on a jet ski? Someone in the room, when we were having this conversation about taking $1 million in trade for leaving our significant other, someone around here said, money can't buy happiness. I think that was Ashley.
Yeah.
And a listener texted in one of the great sayings by the immortal David Lee Roth. Van Halen lead singer David Lee Roth. Dave once said, money can't buy you happiness, but it can buy you a big effing yacht that'll pull up right alongside it. All right, speaking of husbands and wives, you want to hear the latest obnoxious, ridiculous, stupid trend that people are going to go along with just because they'll get a few clicks on social media? The newest trend is newlyweds bringing their parents to tag along on the honeymoon. Here we are in Biafra. It's me and my new wife and my parents. Hi, everyone.
I can't believe this is a thing.
That is so strange. Don't do that.
I was actually going to say, Dana, I could see you doing that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because you kind of had unconventional situations before, like a girl at your bachelor party and different things like that.
Yeah, but that's just a friend of mine. That's not my parents coming with to a all-inclusive resort. That would be weird.
Well, I could see you doing that with the relationship you have with your parents. You're taking it as an insult. I don't mean it as an insult.
I just, I go on vacation with my parents a lot, but I think honeymoon is just kind of, that's a little bit different territory.
Good Lord, what are we doing?
I guess, are we with them 100% of the time?
I don't know, Smashly. They're going to be there part of the time.
Because
this is when you go on your honeymoon, this is your entry into full-on independence. You're married now. We're grown folks now. We're going to bump like bunnies and make a baby. We're going to drink. We're going to carry on all night long. You want your friggin' stiff parents walking around complaining about their knees and things like that?
Well,
I'd go on the beach with you, but my knee's locked up. Shut up, Dad. I'm trying to be on my honeymoon.
I'm thinking about how my mom has always wanted to go to Europe, and one of my goals in life is to be able to take her there. And if I got a chance, say my honeymoon's like 2 weeks long, I'm going to Italy, I would think about inviting her.
As long as it's like a double queen room, sure. Outside of that, it seems a little weird.
How crazy would you staying in the same room?
And you know, the reason I think some people are doing this is because mom and dad pay for it.
Oh.
So, and just like you said, your dream trip to Italy, let's all do that as a family.
Oh, if they're paying for it, they can do whatever they want.
All right, so this has become a thing. Parents or in-laws joining you on your friggin' honeymoon. I don't get us anymore. I don't get it.
I don't know. I mean, I got married in my 30s. If my mother-in-law wanted to join us, I wouldn't really care. I'd be fine with it.
I got married in my 50s, and I certainly wasn't inviting anyone's parents on our honeymoon.
But if, let's say, your wife's parents were coming and your wife said, hey, I'd like them to just go on this trip with us, I don't think you'd put up much of a fight, would you?
I'd fight to the death.
I don't think so. No, she talks you into stuff. I don't think you'd fight too much on that.
She talks me into stuff.
You know it's true.
Well, what did she talk me into?
Well, you like to, you went on a hike, which you used to be very anti-hike.
Well, I tried, but I quit about 30 steps into it because I was...
Well, she talked you into trying.
You go on planes now.
Yeah, you go on trips. You're leaving the state.
I'm such a sorry sumbitch.
You watch shows that you wouldn't normally watch.
It's good for you,
I don't know
Nick.
why you keep saying that. What shows do I watch that I normally wouldn't watch?
Well, you'll come in and say, hey, I watched so-and-so show. My wife was watching it. Your house is completely different.
I crossed the room and... Anyway, where was I going with this? You know what else I don't understand? Spring break. Remember what spring break used to be? 6-8 of your buddies, you go to Mexico and get hammered and try to get laid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen what it's become?
Guess no, I haven't, no.
It's bringing your parents. Family spring breaks and multiple families. I recently heard of some high school kids who went on spring break and they brought, and it wasn't just 4 or 5 of them, it's like 30 kids all with their parents.
Yeah, I have noticed that, and I found that strange.
Spring break has become a family event.
I've always found it strange because my parents would never take me somewhere like that and then me get drunk in front of them. Like, I know it's, it's of age in Mexico or whatever, I think you have to be like, 16, 18. I have no idea what the age is.
See above the bar.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be able to do that. I wouldn't be able to have as much fun and be as lawless with my folks around.
I can't imagine being a high school kid and you go to, where do they go nowadays? I don't even know.
I don't know.
Mexico.
Do they still go to Senior Frogs?
It doesn't matter. They go to Mexico. I can't imagine being a high school kid and finding out we're bringing our folks? What? And again, this one I heard of this year, it was, I'm going to take a guess, 20 different kids all brought their parents.
Well, I guess it's different in high school. Can you go to Mexico by yourself if you're a high school kid under 18?
Yeah, I have no idea.
No idea.
It seemed like, I guess I never really asked for the kids that went. I assumed they went with their families.
Yeah, there was always some kids that they got, like, they were sent off with other people's families. Like, they didn't have their own parents come.
Yeah, it wasn't until college that my friends that had the money to go to Mexico for spring break would go there solo without their parents.
Well, that's just...
Yeah, in high school, I just assumed the whole family was going. I'd imagine you're not sending a 16, 17-year-old kid to Mexico by themselves. But
Oh, well, that's what my friends did. I mean, I never went on spring break, but they all went by themselves.
In high school?
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder how do you even do something?
Oh, I don't know, because I never had the funds. But yeah, oh, hell yeah, my pals all went,
I can't imagine being an idiot 16-year-old and figuring out how to get a passport and find my way around Mexico.
Well, I'm sure your parents help with the passport situation. And then once you're there, you're at the all-inclusive resort. You're good.
But you can rent a hotel and get across the board.
I'm not sure what their rules are for that. I know at least it used to be 18 in Minnesota. I'm not sure what it is anymore.
I wouldn't know the first thing about it. All I'm saying is it happened. I know it happened.
Maybe that's what it is. I think like one person has to be 18.
Yeah, no clue. No clue.
You're not talking about. We are not a group of experienced spring breakers.
No,
right here.
No, I've never been on a spring break.
We do not know how it works.
I've never been on one. I mean, not even like up north or anything.
We're losers. We should go on a spring break trip, guys.
I really have no interest. I never have.
Well, yeah, I don't care much for the beaches and things like that.
All right, I'll drug you guys up and get you down there.
Hell yeah, now we're talking.
Well, let's see here. Here's a listener texted in. Spring break in the 90s featured none other, Josh, than MTV's Dan Cortez.
He was Mr. Spring Break. I mean, I bet people searched that guy out. He was Mr. Spring Break back then, that's for sure.
I know a lot of you don't even know what we're talking about, but yeah, when you'd watch MTV back in the 80s and into the 90s, they always had their Spring Break broadcast, and they always had Dan Cortez there, and Daisy Fuentes.
Oh, I remember her.
Was always on board for the Spring Break. Oh, God, that's funny. All right, I suppose we better pull the plug on this nightmare. It's F-off day tomorrow.
Shout out to Ham's listener, Jesus. Actually, F-off day is, for him, it's today. He said today's his Friday.
That's nice.
And tomorrow he'll, quote, be going psycho in the mosh pit at Sheryl Crow.
Oh, man, that's a wild pit.
Good luck coming out of that alive.
Fun.
Congratulations to Oops, Wrong Hole Jesus, who must have hit the right hole at least once. His wife and he have welcomed a baby girl into the sisterhood yesterday. Congratulations. Happy 27th to Total Stud Greasy Trapper Jesus.
Hey, podcast pals. It's Dana from the Half-Ass Morning Show. As always, we appreciate you checking on the podcast, and it's all brought to you by our friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. The July heat means it's officially swass and crotch soup season. Gross! It also means our AC units are being put to the test. I recently went through an issue myself, and I was so happy to have my friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning in my corner. They gave me real options, didn't make me feel like a dummy for not knowing a single thing about HVAC systems, and let me choose what worked best for my home and my budget. No pressure, just comfort my way. Enjoy the show, thanks for listening, and stay cool this summer with Standard.